Hello and
Nice.
welcome to episode 22. Holy shit. Of Loud
Yeah.
Equals Funny. We have our
Hello.
second guest. Second guest now that I think about it.
Our
Uh
special friend, Gabe.
yes, Gabe, one of our longtime friends.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
And
Hello. It's nice to
introduce
be here.
yourself.
I'm excited to chat with you guys. My name is Gabe. I don't really do much. I don't really have anything to shill or anything.
Mood.
I'm just excited to talk about stuff.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's plenty to talk about. Good lord.
Yeah, there's been some stuff. I will also say technically Tristan is our first guest. He's just been here. He's been here
I
every
never left.
First
episode.
guest with
I
full code.
never
Full
left.
code. Oh yeah. Hey, I think we all have a pretty good dynamic together, so I think this will be frequent.
Yeah. I think that
Hell
should
yeah.
work fine. I know yesterday we were like getting stuff ready to start, like, hey, when's everybody ready to record? And then Gabe was like, "Hey, Matthew Perry died."
Oh no, that was me.
Oh, that was
that
you
was
that
me.
posted it?
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
'cause I
I noted that Gabe made a very tasteless joke that was quite funny.
Oh, he
so-
made a great joke.
No one did.
So
I was gonna make a comment that maybe it would have been funnier if it was David Schwimmer.
I mean, honest to God,
It would have been funny on multiple levels, actually.
we were on a break. He says as he's about to. Yeah,
Apparently, the final. So Matthew Perry died. I guess. Was it Saturday night then?
It was Saturday night, yeah.
Yeah, and he was found in his pool, and apparently his last Instagram post was him in his pool. So that's a shame.
That's sad.
Yeah, it as a longtime Friends fan, this is one of those ones where it's like kind of like when Michael Jackson was, announced as dead, and it was like with Michael Jackson for several years it didn't feel quite real. Even though I wasn't like a Michael Jackson fan, he was just such a name that like 5 years later I'm like, "Oh yeah, Michael Jackson's dead." That's so
It's
weird.
like it's like Robin Williams. Like it's just kind
Yeah.
of difficult to believe.
It's like an institution, yeah.
Yeah. I remember I knew people who up until 2018 thought that the Michael Jackson death was a hoax. They still thought he was alive, just that he'd retired and that everyone was saying it as a joke.
Oh.
And I had to break it to them and they were like, "What do you mean?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's been like 6 years. I don't know what to tell you. This has been gone for a while."
Jeez.
Yeah. No, I mean, I guess the last one that was like, I don't know, this is one where it's like, it's probably not that, in terms of celebrity deaths, I guess it's like probably not the most impactful for like a lot of people these days, but I don't know, a lot of people my age definitely spend a lot of time with Friends. The last one for me that was like hit me as hard as this was probably like, I don't know, like even a David Bowie maybe was
Yeah.
probably it. Like I didn't listen to a lot of his stuff, but that was one that was like, wow, can't believe it.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. But then it's like, people from the first death from a celebrity death who was a star of a very popular 90s TV show. Like, I don't know, it just kind of signifies the passage of time in a way. Like, we're all getting a little older. Like, wow, I didn't think that this would happen to somebody who I watched for years, but like, yeah, happens to the best of us.
There's a lot of them recent, like just that's the same week there was Richard Roundtree who was Shaft.
Yep.
Oh,
Richard
jeez.
Roundtree also.
Yeah.
I didn't even hear about that.
That one was like, oh fuck, that hit me hard.
That's one where like,
there was also
how old was Richard Roundtree?
I think
by the
he was
way.
86.
Oh, he was
he was
81.
yeah, something like that. There was Piper Laurie from Twin Peaks.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was like a couple weeks ago. Yeah, and like I don't know. It's one of the Dick Butkus.
Oh yeah, the
Oh,
football
no.
player.
A guy whose name a lot of people only know because his name is funny.
The best name ever, yeah.
Rusty Cunts Baseball.
Yeah, I don't know. October's been crazy. Same with September. I don't know. It's a shame. It really is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably gonna be rewatching some Friends at this point, and maybe even playing the Klonoa game on the Wii with my pants down around my ankles.
Yeah, he
What
had
a
a lot of
fucking
tweets
dad.
about Klonoa, which
What a Chad. What a goddamn legend.
I love how he called it a
I mean,
venereal
also
disease.
famous star of Fallout New Vegas.
Yep.
Oh, what in the
Yeah.
goddamn? That's what I thought.
What in the goddamn?
Famous star of the weird movie, I think it was called 21 Again or something, where he body swaps with his teenage son Zac Efron and starts like, doesn't he like hit on his daughter or so? No, his daughter winds up having a thing
Well,
for him.
No. What happens is he becomes younger. He doesn't like body swapping to his son.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
he becomes who he was when he was 17.
Oh, so it's like the
He was
Family Guy
17
episode with
again.
Peter at Meg's school. Yeah. I don't know.
That's a weird comparison.
It's a weird movie.
I think it's on point. Just like Spider-Man, everyone gets one. I don't know, when I heard about it last night, I was thinking because I know that he had like a lot of substance abuse issues throughout the years that he was on Friends, especially. I don't know if it has if it evolved in any way or if he kicked that after the show. But I know my first thought was like, oh, did something happen? Like some kind of drug thing. I don't know.
I think since 2015, he said he'd been clear.
Like,
Yeah,
good for him.
They said there were no signs of foul play or anything, so I think it might.
Yeah, and no drugs were found.
Yeah, well, it's very unfortunate.
Yeah, again, it's a shame. At least, hopefully, it was quick. That's the best way that's the best thing I can say, really.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, who wants to talk about vagina beer?
Yo, let's go.
Oh god. Oh god.
Could that be any more of a topic change?
That is the best topic transition I've ever seen.
I love just whiplashing people like that.
When I saw that, I thought it was a joke, and then I realized that it was Amouranth, and I realized that it absolutely wasn't a joke.
Yeah. Let me see if I can pull up the article.
It sucks because Amouranth is like kind of funny. And like usually pretty chill, hilarious. But Jesus Christ, she's a businesswoman.
The specific brewery, from what I know, specialize in this, and so each of their beers are like named after the woman that they took from to make it.
Yeah, I'm trying to find.
Nice.
So basically, it's using her vaginal yeast, Amaranth's vaginal yeast, for beer brewing, which it's possible. Is it gross? Entirely, yes.
Probably, yeah.
I mean, I don't know where does regular yeast come from?
Good question.
I think it's like some kind of bacterial thing.
Well, I mean, I'm just wondering how much more like impure this would be. I don't know.
Single-celled microorganisms classified as
I was gonna say yeast is a fungus, is a very, very small fungus that can be used to activate different foods in order to get the desired effects. The thing that gets me about this company is that the women that they've chosen and like have worked with, they have like articles on them on their website where they catalog them as this is them deities.
Yeah.
I mean, this one here is called the Order of Yoni. So I mean, it's got kind of that. Oh, look at us! We are spiritual kind of deal going on.
Oxygenate your womb space, everyone. Make sure to do it twice a day.
So yeah, the three current there's Monica here, which she's hot. But
why don't you read us a little bit of
tell us about Monica.
I shall. Delicate, passionate, intoxicating. The quintessence.
Oh, I mean, she is being made into beer.
Yeah, the quintessence of Slavic beauty and charm. Her mesmerizing look and flirtatious eyes make this woman hard to resist. Relishing in Monica's essence, will give you a moment of subtlety and will enable your thoughts to drift away from monotony of existence. Let her become your muse.
So this is what killed Matthew Perry. Jesus
I
Christ.
can't believe it.
Honestly, I think it might be.
The one that gets me is Patricia, where on the website, the start of her little blurb is a symphony of sex appeal and sensuality, and at the same time, pure temptation enclosed in a bottle of golden delight. And then they once again highlight her Slavic beauty.
Buddy, we're talking about beer here.
Like,
what are you doing?
Well, this is clearly trying to sell
Pure
to
temptation. What?
the simp, like the actual like 1% of hardcore third tier simps that give these women like $1 million a month kind of thing, which is not common, but there's like enough. It's like whales in an MMO. Like, it's not a huge demographic, but you can still, they're valuable enough that you could probably just buy your deity's fluids. It's great.
You see,
the Amaranth beer will sell like crazy. It
Yeah.
will.
Oh, yeah.
there's-
No, my
there's
question is,
something here.
Monica and Patricia, are they also streamers, or are they just like
No,
beautiful
these just
models?
look like models. There's also
I
a
see.
third one, Polina, which does not mention any form of Slavic beauty, which nice restraint. I gotta give him that. But yeah, hers here says, just to finish us off here, a combination of angelic appearance and diabolical temperament. Brave, feisty, and immodest. The embodiment of the most daring dreams. Her self-confidence and phenomenal beauty make it impossible to treat her indifferently. The aroma of her intriguing body captured in this amber drink will allow you to rise up to the heights of fantasy. Yeah, no,
I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
if you buy this, you should be bullied. I'm sorry.
This woman is diabolical.
Yeah. I mean, well, I wouldn't blame the women as much as the company that's doing this.
Yeah,
But then
I
Amouranth
hope
did
to God
choose
these chicks are
to.
getting a bag. I mean,
Yeah, I'm sure they are, but it's just I don't know. It's the whole industry that allows this to be profitable, I guess.
If you buy this, you should be bullied. But
yes. Frankly, if you make it though, you should be probably praised for your smart business sense, because
you're gonna be rich.
Yeah,
it's not like that. The good thing about this, it is disgusting, but it's like it's not scamming anybody who isn't, kind of deserving of being like fucked up. I don't know. Like, it's not even a scam, really. It's like, I don't know. It's kind of just free market capitalism. The people that will buy it, and the rest of us will not, I guess.
The rest of us will make fun of those that did.
Yeah, like Fallout first.
System.
Yeah.
What's that?
She's also sold farts in a jar before. That made a lot
you
of money.
you cannot convince me that was not just fart spray.
Oh, 100%. But again, I respect.
I don't remember that,
smart.
but of course, I remember the bathwater from Belle Delphine.
Yeah, she also got in on that too, I think.
Yeah.
Smart business, but Jesus Christ.
Yeah, no, I will not be buying this. I don't like normal beer to begin with, so yeah.
I don't think you need to tell us that you won't be, but actually,
it's Bane.
Never mind. It's you. It's you.
The rest of us, that goes without saying. Bane would put Avengers on his top 10 games, so.
Yeah, hey,
that's true. He's
top 10
said
games of
that.
this generation, yes. So far,
that's not better.
You can qualify it down to top 10 live service games, and maybe that's the only thing that won't be embarrassing. I don't know.
I mean, even then, having 10 live service games that you like.
Hey.
I mean, Halo kind of counts.
Kinda.
Yeah, hey, I mean, Infinite just got a good Forge, so.
Yeah, I do. Once we upgrade. Once I upgrade my PC, at least, I do want to start getting into some.
It only took what, 2 years?
Yeah,
year and a half.
Honestly, I'm with Chris Raygun. They should have unreleased it and then brought it back. Like, that would have been the sickest shit.
What's amazing is, so I've been playing a lot of Baldur's Gate 3, and like I'm in the last act. I'm in the last 200 hours of the game or so.
Yeah.
And I'm realizing, like, I've been watching some reviews and they've been saying, like, yeah, people are a little disappointed with the endings, and, like, the third act, people think that there was some, there was some stuff cut, and, oh, it could have been better, yada yada. I mean, I think the third act is my favorite, but I'm realizing that, like, oh yeah, Larian is going to probably put out, like, a single-player expansion to this game faster than Halo has, like, Infinite. The 10-year campaign fucking platform of Infinite that was supposed to have like single player upgrades and all this stuff. Like, where's the next Master Chief campaign? Like the next story in that. It's the same with like the Avengers. It was supposed to have all of these new heroes added, and it's like it got like 2 or 3, and one of the big ones was Spider-Man, which I didn't even realize came out. Yeah, because it was PlayStation exclusive, and apparently, at least according to, I think his name is Bisley Channel, he played all the Spider-Man games, and he played that, and he was like, man, this just sucks. Like, apparently the movement of Spider-Man was terrible in Avengers, so, like, as far as that goes, they kind of botched that a little bit, and, like, they had Black Panther, I guess, but I don't know. It's just like, yeah, these like live service games come out and they claim that they'll have content for years, and yet I can easily see like Baldur's Gate 3 DLC dropping, or even like Starfield or something, well before any of these fucking things.
Well, I mean, like,
Baldur's Gate.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say like Starfield. Well, that one's got something planned. Like that's got a known quantity. But
like Baldur's Gate, Larian have already added in content. Within like a week of launch, they added in extra stuff that they had been working on but didn't have out in time for release. That added epilogues to certain companion character stories. Like they did that within like a week or two because they were already working on it, and they they just didn't rush that stuff in for launch.
Yeah, the majority of players were going to take like hundreds of hours to get to a lot of that content anyways, and
exactly.
Yeah, no, but it's like, I don't know, it's just funny. It's like I had this realization playing it, like, wow, yeah, no, they're probably going to have like full new content locations, the like full game length DLC update thing. And I mean, maybe by the time that's even announced, there might be like Halo Infinite Story DLC 1. I've been playing Spider-Man 2, which I'm sure we'll get into a little bit. But that's another one where it's like, oh yeah, I could see them definitely making a DLC based on this. Like, they made them for the first game too. And it's like, oh, I could see this character getting a DLC focus. And yet, like, that's, again, a single-player game. It doesn't even have any multiplayer component or anything. And it's like, I could see that coming in the next year or two, whereas where the fuck is, like, Babylon's Fall DLC? Oh, nowhere, obviously.
Yeah, nowhere, and also fuck you.
I mean...
That's the answer.
Alan Wake 2 already has a full roadmap of planned, like, expansive DLC updates and tons of other stuff. And that just came out. Yeah. But it's not that they're like rushing it out; they just have it all planned out.
Now, do you guys want to talk about Alan Wake 2 a little bit? Because I know very little about the first game.
I adore Alan Wake.
I haven't played the first one in a long time, and I really want to play the second one.
Alan Wake 2, I'm about 3 or 4 hours into it because I'm trying to like slow burn it, but also trying to finish Spider-Man.
Yeah, me too.
Well, it's like I'm so close to the end of Spider-Man, but I want to play more of Alan Wake, but I want to finish that. So it's been that kind of like toss up. And
yeah, that was me with fucking Yakuza Ishin, Resident Evil 4 remake, and then I almost said Breath of the Wild 2, Tears of the Kingdom.
That's been this whole year basically. Has been some level of like, I'm multi-playing like 4 different games at once.
The literally the only reason that I'm not in that position is because I ran out of money.
Yeah.
See, because this is my like 3-week stretch of games between Spider-Man 2, Alan Wake, and then COD with the early campaign.
And there's gonna be Lad Gaiden.
Yeah. Fuck.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's coming out.
And I've got fucking both of the new side-scrolling platformers of the year, which I've been also playing. Like, God, it just never ends.
Yeah, There's a lot of games I've kind of pushed off that I'm kind of waiting for Black Friday sales for, kind of hoping that they'll go cheap.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I definitely paid for both Sonic and Mario, so I agree. It's best to wait on a sale for those.
And well, then like Blasphemous 2 comes out in like
oh god, it does.
Is that not already out?
Oh. No, it comes out in like 4 days. The new RoboCop game comes out in like 4 days.
Yep.
That's wild.
Talos Principle 2 comes out in like 4 days. Nick All-Star Brawl 2 comes out in like a week.
Yeah.
Truly the game of the year right there. Although at least this one has it has voices this time, right?
They've had voices since like the end of the last game's run.
Oh, okay.
Persona 5 Tactica and Super Mario RPG come out the same day.
Oh god. Jesus. By the way, I have news relating to that.
Same day that The Walking Dead Destinies comes out. Who's excited for that?
You know, considering the track record lately, I totally want to see what Game Mill's going to do with that.
Wait, is that going to be the third Golem of the year?
It might
be.
Yeah,
do you not know about this?
I mean, like, I had heard that there was going to be a new... Well, no. I think I saw a video about the fucking Walking Dead NFT game. Is this going to be worse than that?
This might be worse.
This might be worse, yeah.
But this might make that NFT game look amazing, because it's made by a game.
Oh, no!
I don't know. This is such a cool year for games where, like, we have all these exceptional titles, and then also, like, 3 of the worst games in the last decade.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and then there's some, like, underrated bad ones. Well, underrated bad ones, too, because I remember Charlie saying that the new Avatar game was also made by Game Mill.
Terrible.
Or at least published by them or whatever, and so...
They mainly publish, yeah.
Yeah,
there's also
it was another one.
The Jesus game.
Yeah, I Am Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Well, also speaking of this year. Speaking of Jesus Christ, there was also a new M. Dickey game recently.
Yes, although I kind of like M. Dickey games. They're goofy, but
yeah, they've got their own thing going.
When you actually like get in and play them, they're actually kind of fun.
Yeah, Hard Time's like very unique for sure.
Yeah.
No, I saw a guy that the thing recently has been comparing this year to 2007. I think we said that in terms of like
honestly at this point it's gone past releases. 2007.
Yeah, it's starting to feel like it. I mean, shit. I saw somebody saying that there's no way this year is as good as 2007 because the overall state of gaming with like live services and stuff coming out unfinished and like Spider-Man 2 having to have a Twitter post that says, "Hey, the game fully releases all of its content on the disc." Isn't that crazy? Like, so they're saying like this doesn't count as like a better year than that because of all that, and I think that that's kind of valid, but all of just the individual releases and like the trending in a certain direction with like everybody's saying Baldur's Gate 3 in particular is like a huge one because no microtransactions, and then same with like Armored Core 6 and fucking Tears of the Kingdom, and most of the big stuff this year has been single player.
Yeah, I mean the Resident Evil 4 remake technically doesn't have that stipulation, but like you can play through it perfectly fine, and several people did without spending any extra money. So I feel like that counts too. It's literally just people who don't want to fucking play the game. They want.
I'm just trying to think of like what other years rival what we've gotten this year, and off the top of my head, I'm thinking like 2015.
2016 was really good too.
2015 and 2016, because 2015 we got Metal Gear Solid 5, Witcher 3, Bloodborne, Undertale.
Yeah.
Fallout 2014.
That was.
Wait, what?
No, 2015.
Oh, okay.
And then 2016 was Dark Souls 3, Fallout 4, Uncharted 4, Persona 5, Inside.
And then 2017 also was like the Switch, Mario Odyssey, Breath of the Wild. There was some big stuff in 2017 too. So.
Yeah, an actual
Cuphead,
new Bomberman
Nier
game.
Automata, Resi 7.
Yeah, Resi 7 was great.
I don't know. Like, I feel like people, yeah, the last few years have been plagued by a lot of things that made them feel terrible. But I feel like we've been on a pretty consistent streak of just like good stuff coming out year after year after year. Like,
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah, and all of the stuff that's like, you know, again, like Forspoken or like a Babylon's Fall or some shit. It comes out and everybody makes fun of it and then doesn't buy it, and then it, fizzles out, and it's remembered only for like occasional YouTube videos of somebody making fun of it. Same with like an Avengers or something like that. Like these, they've been trying to trend in like this big money mobile gaming direction, the industry has, but like most people have just pretty much rejected it. And again, everything that we're seeing this year is like Spider-Man 2, big single-player game. Baldur's Gate 3, giant single-player, co-op game if you want it to be. Like
Zelda single-player.
Like, what has been like a big multiplayer? Like, I guess Mortal Kombat and other fighting game stuff.
Yeah,
Street
fighting
Fighter.
games.
Bigger than that, Street Fighter. MK1 has been like a success, but I don't think it's been as big of a success as Street Fighter was. Street Fighter
6 was big.
It pulled in people who like otherwise wouldn't have played it. I'd say the only other multiplayer focused ones, maybe like Diablo 4.
Yeah, Diablo 4 was pretty big.
Has a multiplayer focus.
Counter-Strike 2. Counter-Strike 2's been pretty big lately. Trying to think what else.
Payday 3 fell off really hard.
Yeah, Payday 3 was rough, just in general.
That's a shame.
Yeah, it's
that's
kind
one
of
of those. Well, because Payday 3 and also CS:GO 2 or whatever.
Remnant 2 also is pretty good. Been pretty good multiplayer game.
Oh yeah. Payday and Counter-Strike are both like long-awaited. Not even like long-awaited, but like, wow, there's a sequel coming out to this after all these years. Wow. For those to not be like doing very well is interesting.
Oh wait, we got Ghost Runner 2 this year as well.
Yeah, also
that's fantastic.
I'll give some credit to Exo Primal. That was a lot of fun when I played it, but I haven't played it since it came
out. There's also been a lot of smaller releases. Like let's see, we got
Hi-Fi Rush, Cyberpunk.
Yeah,
Bomb Rush, Cyberpunk. Dave the fucking Diver looks really good.
Dave the Diver is fantastic. I love that.
What is that? I haven't heard of it.
Oh, it's the one where you play as like the sushi chef, and so you alternate between going into the ocean and diving for fish, and then cooking meals. It's really fun.
Oh
it's
yeah,
a really like cozy game.
There's a Pizza Tower.
Liza P.
Of course.
Yeah, Liza P. Fuck, there was one that made me think that there's more good games, and I forgot it.
Like
the Metroid Prime remaster.
Yes, that was fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah, in a year like this, it's like easy to forget about like remasters and stuff, but some of those are also worth pointing out.
Yeah, so some of them are notable enough to be separate from the original game.
It's like as we're talking about it, I'm thinking, and I'm like, oh yeah, Starfield came out this year.
Yeah,
and then I remember like AC6 came out, and that was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Dead Island 2, which its first expansion drops on the 2nd, which I will be there for.
Of course you will.
I like it. Fuck you.
I mean, like, the year has been so packed.
Pikmin 4.
Yeah, Pikmin 4. The year's been so packed. Pikmin 4.
Octopath Traveler 2.
Yeah, that was great too. Oh my
God. I forgot that. I actually did forget that came
out
this year.
I was just gonna say, like, it's been a year. Not even like Pikmin 4 has been anticipated for like almost a decade or something, and it finally comes out, and it just gets like basically swallowed up in the hype for other things that are about to come out. So it's like, AC6. Everybody was super on board for that, and then it came out, and then just like. Yeah, I guess that's cool. It's one of the hundreds of cool games this year. I kind of forgot it existed.
Yeah.
A little bit.
It's wild.
Oxenfree 2 was also really good. FF16.
Yeah, that came out too.
Oh god,
There's so much stuff this year. And I liked all of these games. Like, to some degree or another, like, I didn't love Starfield, but I enjoyed it, you know? It's not like I thought it was bad. Like, I mean, it's a good year.
It's funny you mentioned Liza P. And, like, that was one that I haven't played it in a while, but I was playing it and I was really enjoying it. And you mentioned it, and I'm just like, how did I forget that also came out just
Exactly.
recently? Like, that wasn't, like, AC6 I played a little of, but that was one that I was, like, deep into, and yeah, until you mentioned it, I'm like, oh yeah, why is it P also? Yeah.
Darkest Dungeon 2 got its full release this year. Star Wars Jedi Survivor got its release and fix.
that's playable now, too.
Yeah.
Oh, and how can we forget Redfall?
Oh yes, of course.
That was this year?
That was this year. It was June.
Redfall, Forspoken, Gollum, they were all wonderful games
Yeah,
that we all
Forspoken
love dearly.
was that February of this year? Or was that last year?
Yes.
I think it was
that
March.
That was March, I think. It was pushed to March.
God, okay, that's one I forgot launched this year.
Why is the Doctor trending?
And
the Advance Wars remakes, those were really fun.
Yeah, that too. And don't forget that it's like not gonna end, because next year again, the beginning, I think it's the end of January into February, there's that 1 week where there's like, what is it, Persona 3 Reload, Final Fantasy 7 Reload or whatever, like Dragon 8, Tekken 8, like 3 or 4 other things that week alone. Suicide Squad game, which, whatever, but like that's one of them.
What you're saying is there'll be some kind of Suicide Squad, the video game.
If you look at from the start of January to the end of February, there's Alone in the Dark, the new Prince of Persia, the new Undernight game, Like a Dragon 8, Tekken 8, Grand Blue Fantasy is getting its relaunch. The Jujutsu Kaisen fighting game is coming out. Persona 3 Reload, Suicide Squad, Helldivers, FF7. There's so much stuff.
Dude, you forgot the Tomb Raider remasters.
Yeah, and then next year we're also getting Black Myth Wukong, Avowed, Arc 2, not that anyone cares.
I still do. I think Arc 2 is like a crypto scam.
Okay, I thought you were going to say that you were 100% down and ready for Arc 2. I don't know with you sometimes.
Crypto scam. That thing will never come out.
Well,
Little Nightmares 3 is coming out next year.
Is it? Oh yeah, it is. It was recently announced.
Yeah, Plucky Squire, Hellblade 2. There's so much stuff.
The fucking Hogwarts game came out this year too.
Yeah.
We all entirely forgot it.
Yeah,
I'll probably play it eventually. Wolf Among Us 2?
That's next year.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh yeah, that's like public domain or whatever now, right?
What do you mean?
Wolf Among Us? Didn't that go?
The guy who made the thing.
The author of Fable. Yeah.
Apparently it's not. Apparently that ain't how it works. Apparently he just doesn't have.
He's just kind of pissed.
Yeah, I completely understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, which understandable.
All right, so you know what else came out this year?
What's that?
City Skylines 2.
Yeah.
We want to talk about these fucking teeth.
Yeah, we do. So
apparently.
Oh my god.
City Skylines, City Skylines 2 absolutely has performance issues. Apparently, one of the reasons is because it uses high poly models for the civilians, which includes their teeth. Individual ass teeth.
For those that don't know, of course, this is a very far distant view, top-down city management game. Yeah, you're not.
By the way, just one of the reasons that they said that they weren't shooting for 60 is because it's not needed in a city simulator game. Meanwhile they have fucking high poly models with individual modeled teeth for the civilians walking around.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure you can't even zoom in far enough to be able to see it.
You cannot, not unless you mod the camera.
Yeah.
What fucking Ain't that great?
That's just
wonderful.
nonsense. I mean, I keep mentioning it, but Baldur's Gate 3, when you like zoom in the camera to a like very close up, it'll load in like nicer textures and stuff, and then when you zoom it out further, it real time will
Yeah, and then
LOD it.
the original post that shows this says that there's no LOD.
Yeah, there is no LOD.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, but City Skylines has been around for when did the first game come out?
Oh, geez, 2015,
Yeah, I was
2014?
gonna say at least
Yeah, it was
like
around then.
14.
Yeah.
And they have like hundreds of expansion packs. It's like The Sims now, where there's fucking hundreds of them. I don't know. I think that the first one is pretty well.
Yeah, 2015 is almost a decade ago.
I think it's
There
like
are
pretty well
60
optimized.
There are 62 available DLC packs for City Skylines 1.
Wow.
Yeah.
Some of them are tiny, like just little bonus things, and some of them are like proper expansion packs.
Okay.
Some
Well, it's
of
the
these
same
are
as
just
The
like
Sims.
radio stations for
Yeah, some of them add like big mechanics like oil and stuff.
Yeah, The Sims will do like the full expansions that add like new mechanics and new
And then the
locations,
stuff
and then like
packs.
just bullshit with some furniture and clothes or whatever.
Katy Perry.
Now you can turn into a werewolf or whatever.
I'm a werewolf, bitch.
There's a K-pop station, pop punk radio.
One
These
of those
are all like
sounds good.
$3.
Yeah,
That's not too bad.
I tried playing City Skylines. I never really got into it, but it's a shame that this new one is. I mean, I don't know. The whole 60-something fucking DLCs makes me wonder how, focused on making a good game they were.
It is a good game. I've played a bit of it and I like it. Even just default, it's.
You mean the original?
Good. Yeah, the original.
Oh, okay, yeah. I mean, like
sequel,
with this one, I don't know if they were super focused.
Yeah, for the sequel, I think it's just there are some things that they cut out, which a lot of people really aren't happy with. But they also did things like, improve road stuff, so where you can it's a lot easier to make yourself a custom road now, which that's cool. You don't need a mod to do that.
No, it sounds a lot like the Sims thing where, a new Sims game will come out and it's like, yeah, they removed all the stuff that we had to buy those expansion packs for, and now they're going to sell it again.
Pools.
But they gave you the ability to high five or low five a person. So
wow, you can do things evil now.
God, Sims 4. When I first played Sims 4, I was initially a bit impressed. I was like, wow, there's a lot of little things you can have your sim do and whatever. You can really personalize your Sims experience or whatever.
Yeah, I think the little mood things are really cool.
But then I realized it's basically all just a fun little animation that just does the same thing as something else in place of a bunch of shit like the Sims 3 overworld that they take away for the Flash game interface that they have for the neighborhood.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sims Rant. There you go. They're going to make a Sims 5, and I just wonder how they can make it worse than 4. Because they will.
Probably easily.
They'll find a way.
Life finds a way.
I mean, speaking of gaming as well, Tristan sent a screenshot here.
Oh yeah.
I love how many people on Twitter, specifically people with blue check marks, are like, "Oh, I remember playing this Super Mario level when I was a kid."
Yeah, and it's very clearly a Mario Maker level
from 2019. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's this one fucking. All right, so this comes from a video on at History and Memes, which really great name. So it's only 6 people in the world have ever beaten this level in Super Mario, and it went viral a couple times where it was Super Mario Maker 2. It was basically 1-1, but with a whole bunch of fire spinners.
Yeah, I think it's called Wall of Fire.
Yeah, that sounds familiar. But one of the comments, it's fucking hilarious. It's a blue check mark, and it's a deep fake GIF of Elon Musk doing like that thumbs up kid thing.
Brent Rambo.
It says,
yeah.
I bet I bet one of them was Elon Musk when he was 2.76 years old. The dick riding is insane.
Are they just hoping that Elon? Because the thing is, they're probably right to do so, hoping that Elon might like name search, and then just like, oh, thank you for, because they didn't tag him. They just said his name. So the only way that would actually lead to, I mean, maybe it was just for them. It wasn't for Elon to see it. Potentially, it was just them
this
privately
is me,
worshiping.
Not you.
Yeah.
That's even more sad.
Honestly,
Listen,
yeah.
Listen, we can't make fun of somebody for their faith. Okay.
You can make fun of somebody for dick riding. There's a difference.
Yeah,
that's true.
Hog glazing. Christ.
So I have a couple fun bits of news that I really enjoy. I accidentally clicked off of one of them. That sucks. So the Resident Evil the RE engine that Capcom has is getting a successor. It's called the REX engine, and given that name, if they don't remake Dino Crisis or do a new Dino Crisis on it, what the fuck are they doing?
Well, the Resident Evil
Primal 2. That's what we'll get.
Is this
please no. I want Regina.
Is the Resident Evil that engine, is that the like a follow up to the MT framework one from the old days?
Kind of.
So this is like, okay, so this is kind of a revolution on that. I remember people were always super impressed by MT framework, not only for how smooth DMC4 was, but also
DMC4 on PC ran like fucking magic. I don't know how they did it.
I mean, it still looks good. It's such a clean and polished looking game. It's
MT framework is such a good engine.
And the other one was Dragon's Dogma, which doesn't run very well, but it's like it runs
MT framework
pretty good
designed for open world.
Yeah, they did what they could with it, and it does. It works for it. I don't know, but yeah.
I'll also throw that's cool. Like Dead Rising 1 and 2 in there.
Yeah,
was that also on there? Okay.
Yep. Honestly, all the Dead Rising games run MT framework.
MT framework reminds me of like a renderware type of engine. That's like, you know, it kind of feels like that generation of engine.
Yeah. The other big hope I'm seeing, I don't know if you want to call it a cope, is that because now they have the REX engine, they'll remake Resident Evil Code Veronica X because it's REX.
We can only hope. We can only hope.
Well, they don't. They skipped Code Veronica, didn't they?
Yeah.
They skipped like for the one that doesn't need a remake too.
That's the real RE4. Yeah, but people don't like it because of the puzzles are kind of bad, right? Is that
no? The puzzles are good. It's just a bit. The story could use a bit of work. It's kind of silly, and also it's really hard.
Oh,
like not like, you know, it's hard. It's not impossible. It's just compared to Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 3 and all of the other ones, it's the hardest of the bunch. Maybe besides like Resident Evil 0.
Interesting.
Yeah, but basically, it's also weird with the difficulty because it could also be really easy depending on what you do. Like, if you save up explosive bolt gun ammo, the rest of the game is going to be pretty difficult, but the final boss is going to be a fucking cakewalk. It's a little
unbalanced.
Yeah, it's a bit unbalanced. Okay. I like it, but it needs a remake. It needed a remake more than 2 needed a remake.
Well, have they been doing story alterations in these new games?
Yes.
Okay.
So in 2
Code Veronica, people don't like the stories.
I could talk on for ages about how the remake of 2 story wise is just worse than the first one. Like,
really?
Not the first remake, but like the original Resident Evil 2.
Yeah.
Because in I'll do this succinctly, and if I keep rambling, stop me. But the original Resident Evil 2 had an A and B scenario. There was a Leon disc and a Claire disc, and whichever one you put in first, that was the A scenario that you played. The typical accepted canon is Claire A, Leon B, but different events happen in the A scenario and the B scenario. Like you're not going to be repeating the boss besides one instance where it's the same situation. You're on the elevator with the car on it.
So are these happening at the same time?
Yes, they happen at the same time concurrently, and the events are like specifically tailored to not intersect with each other unless they have to. Like Leon will meet up with Claire in a room, and then they both go their separate ways and do different things.
Right.
The remake just straight up repeats a lot of things. Like you fight the same Birkin boss twice. You fight the same, you fight Mr. X and he dies the exact same way twice, and you see it like from Leon and Claire, and it's the same. Like it's not you're viewing it from a different angle. It's Leon and Claire have I guess fused into one being or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's
like
inconsistent.
The exact cinematic and everything.
Yeah, it's inconsistent and really messy, and the original clears in that regard. Because Jesus.
Yeah, like but tank controls and PS1 models, icky, poopy.
Mad because bad. Next question.
I don't know. They do have the RE2 and 3 GameCube versions are out there, and it's a little weird because they're clearly like too ugly for the GameCube, but they're interesting. I played a little of them.
They up-resed a few things, but if you want to play the originals, I actually recommend you rip your own wink versions of the GameCube ROM, and then go to and look up the Resident Evil Seamless HD project.
No,
they use like AI and some hand painting to upscale every single background in the game, and it looks fantastic.
Man.
Oh, speaking of fan projects, you guys aware of Ship of Harkinian?
I am not. No.
I don't think so. No.
It is it is a PC port of Ocarina of Time using the Decompiler project.
Oh shit.
And it's pretty good. I have an old version and it works great. And
make sure Nintendo doesn't hear of this.
Oh no! I don't think they can do anything because they don't provide any files themselves. You have to use your own ROM. And you have to use a specific version too. Okay. But the Harbor Masters, who are the devs of Ship of Harkinian, have released a fun little teaser image of what's coming next. And let me add the VX in front of Twitter because that's a stupid decision that Elon Musk made. Copy that.
Copy that.
To ship to Harkinian.
Oh wait, I have seen this.
Huh? Sorry, I took my
specific image.
Yeah, it's Majora's Mask.
Yeah.
So they're working on the PC port of Majora's Mask now. Majora's Mask is 89% decompiled. So that is a really good thing.
Wow, that's wild.
We'll be able to play both of the 64 Zelda games on PC.
And Mario too.
Yeah, Mario too. And I think they're also working on a Pokemon Emerald PC port as well. If not, they've already made it.
Weird.
Because Emerald's 100% decompiled.
Wow.
Actually, let me look, because I have the decompilation projects bookmarked on my phone. I did the bookmarks. That's downloads. I can't read. I did it again. I did the same thing twice. What's wrong with me? All right, so that's the Zelda RET. That's Zelda64.dev for anyone who wants to look along with me. Ocarina of Time's 100% decompiled. The port's up and it's ready. Majora's Mask is 89.7% decompiled. They're actually working on the original version of Animal Crossing on the 64.
Wow. Fucking holy shit.
Animal
The
Forest.
Minish Cap is 98.7%
Yeah.
decompiled.
Oh,
I
hell
love
yeah.
Minish Cap, dude. It's
Wind
more
Waker.
decompiled than Majora.
Yeah. Wind Waker is 5.66% decompiled. Twilight Princess is 36.41. And sadly, Breath of the Wild is only 16% decompiled.
How is Breath of the Wild more like further along than Wind Waker?
I think they only just started Wind Waker.
Okay. So wow, that's really interesting. I mean,
Yeah, so eventually, once these games are decompiled, eventually someone will release a PC port.
yeah, that's. I mean, and what can Nintendo do about it? Because it
Not
doesn't seem
too
like they can
much.
really do much.
It's Zelda64.dev.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I don't know if we want to get into it, but Nintendo has been doing quite a lot to clamp down on people's fucking human rights to live and express themselves.
Yeah, we
Mamma
should talk
mia.
about that. So I heard about this from Hungrybox.
I heard about it from Castle Super Beast.
So Nintendo's been changing up their tournament guidelines. Ain't that funny?
Oh, they sure have.
It's not funny at
Nintendo,
all.
notorious lover and supporter of tournaments.
Yes, of course. They love and support all of their fans, no matter what they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
The lowdown is basically they now, if you host a Smash tournament, you cannot exceed the tournament setup costs when it comes to how many admission fees you take in. So if you take in more money from admission fees than it costs you to set up the tournament, you're breaking one of their rules.
So you, by design, have to lose money on the tournament.
You can only break even.
Yeah.
Well, you have to break exactly even. So,
yeah, which is wild because like
if you go over, they ask that you return the money to the people.
Jesus Christ.
Nintendo, the corporation, steps in asking people to redistribute the wealth. That's great.
Really funny,
Yeah.
really good, really
Also, now
based.
you can only run a tournament if it is running on legal hardware.
Oh,
So if you want to host a tournament of
that
64,
sucks.
you have to have a untouched
A Nintendo
copy
64
of
with
64 and a working
with an
64 at the
original,
location.
yeah, an original Smash Brothers cartridge. You can't use any EverDrives, can't use any emulators. Well,
No.
typically they don't use emulators anyway, but no EverDrives.
In order to host
Jesus
tournaments
Christ.
to have more than 200 attendees now, you have to have a license from Nintendo, which thankfully seemed to have a really quick turnaround. But if you don't have a license given to you by Nintendo, you cannot have more than 200 people attend your event, participating as competitors.
That's
Jeez.
really weird and dumb.
But
I wonder how long it's going to take them to go back on this.
The big main thing is the food and drink thing.
Yeah,
right?
that mystifies
Yes, that
me.
as well.
Yeah, that's like
Where is it?
competitors need to eat too. People need to eat.
Yeah, they're apparently not allowing you to sell food or drinks, and I've seen people in like comments talking about this, saying, yeah, like if they could, if people circumvent this, they will just say not to even provide for free food and drink.
Yeah, so it says here, what are some of the tournaments that are not permitted? And the last on the list is tournaments involving the sale of food, beverages, or merchandise.
Oh, also,
Insane.
Jesus.
one of the other types of tournaments that's not permitted anymore are restricted tournaments. So, say it's a subscriber-only tournament for a content creator. That's not allowed anymore. You cannot have it where someone has to subscribe or pay to access your tournament. So you can't have like an official tournament that's patron only. Among other things. It's crazy. It's insane.
Nintendo.
Why is Nintendo like this? Why can't they just be a normal company?
I mean, they pretty much hate,
They
the
hate their
tournaments.
fans. They hate their fans.
They hate their fans and a lot of what they choose to express, how they choose to express themselves.
Yeah.
The tournaments, it's like taking Nintendo's games out of the context they want them to be played in, and they are very irrationally upset about that. And I don't think that they are able to just straight up, outright say nobody is allowed to play our games at tournaments.
Yeah,
So they're just doing
because
everything they can to make it as impossible to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing. I'm going to read this directly from the listing, because the other big one is the names of tournaments and any art like advertising and
Yeah,
marketing.
that one's a bit silly.
The names of community tournaments may not contain Nintendo products or IP, such as Nintendo's company name, logo, product, or service names, such as game titles, names adopted from Nintendo games, such as character names. This includes any shortened or modified uses of Nintendo trademarks or IP. Other than referencing the game name to indicate which game is being played at the community tournament, community tournaments may not make use of Nintendo trademarks or IP, including logos or character art, as part of community tournament activity. So, say you have, I don't know, Super Smash Con. If it's not solely dedicated to Super Smash Brothers, you cannot call it Super Smash Con anymore.
Yeah. Which is
So
incredibly dumb, but
is this happening because Nintendo is afraid of the Smash Brothers players being like smelly child molesters or whatever?
See, that's the thing. I don't think they would do all of this if it wasn't. I think they'd just be like, "Hey, Smash is bad" or something like that. Something,
This allows them to keep things closer tied to themselves and what they want their community events to be like.
Yeah.
Well, they're worried that it's going to, like, if they have Mario in the thing, people will think that it's an official Nintendo tournament or something.
I guess.
Yeah.
One of the stipulations is that you can't have it. Yeah, you have to say like this is not, run by Nintendo or something like that. Not affiliated.
Yeah, you have to have on any website listing about your event, you have to have a link to the Nintendo community guidelines that they released doing all this. You have to actually directly link to that and write somewhere, this is not an official event.
I mean, that is at the very least reasonable. With at least the not an official event thing.
Yeah, I mean, obviously.
I have to know what led to this. Like, what horrible fucking tournament experience did either somebody at Nintendo have, or maybe they heard about something happening and they were like, no, we can't have any of that. And
somebody beat Shigeru Miyamoto in Smash and he got mad.
It was Toby Fox.
Yeah.
No, that was Sakurai. Sakurai's chill.
No, you know that Toby Fox snuck one in on Miyamoto.
That would be so great.
Just drops a copy of Undertale at every location he goes to. It was a little secret.
Yeah, it's his calling card. First the Vatican, now Nintendo.
But wasn't that Matt Pat?
It was Matt.
Yeah, it was Matt Pat.
It's true.
Yes.
True. Yeah, I mean Nintendo. I don't know what they're trying to protect their IP from at this point necessarily. I don't know, the people that are going to a Smash tournament, I think usually are going to know that it's not an official thing, but I don't think they have any real respect for their people, their fans, and I don't think they have any real. I don't know. They're very strange. They're very evil.
They're silly.
Well, yeah, it's a silly kind of evil. It doesn't seem like it has much of a purpose a lot of the time. Well, most of the weird decisions they make are things where people can't even puzzle out why, like in a business way, they would choose to do the things they're doing, but they sure do.
Yeah,
absolutely.
the Smash community is certainly taking this really well. I don't have this on hand, but I saw a clip of Hungrybox saying we should form a religion. There's some very weird shit.
Non for profit status. That way they can just do it. Makes sense.
Yeah, that's the only way for true protection. Then the holy war against the Brawl people will start.
Of course.
Well, I guess it's a sad day for any Mario mains in the audience, or not audience, but in the crowd, in the armies. Then, because sadly, I hate to break it to you all, but Mario is feminine. I can't believe it. Mario is a femboy.
Oh, I saw this. Yeah.
Is this about the pronouns?
No.
No.
Better than that.
Oh god.
Yeah. So one specific guy, literally a one guy moment.
Yeah. One guy.
He tweeted out that Mario Wonder getting a bigger budget and focus on the animations and making them more like expressive and cute and charming is all an effort to feminize Mario.
Yeah. So so someone said the initial tweet that launched 1,000 ships, saying anyone else launched this one guy's ships. Says anyone else think the big N is trying to cutify Mario? Compare the stoic, serious hero from Super Mario Bros. U to the cartoon goofball from Wonder, which is certainly a take. Mario from Super Mario Bros. U looking kind of like a clay doll that somebody has just posed in different ways, while Mario Wonder looks like an actual animated character, which is really cool.
Yeah, there's two specific ones here from you where he has it's like he's ground pounding and his face is just in this like default Mario shape, like nothing special about it. Every different pose shown in the top image from Wonder, Mario's got like a slightly different expression, like a slightly different smile or a determination face or something like that.
Yeah. So someone quote tweeted that, saying the most base statement, honestly, dropping the truth bomb to Nintendo fans that Mario is a cartoon mascot aimed at children.
Yeah.
And then the main character of our story, this smart man,
who, by the way, has an avatar of a Kermit goatseeing his asshole.
Cool. I actually think that's kind of funny. But he says that doesn't excuse making a traditional man appear cute and feminine. What a guy.
I mean, if you've seen the pictures like of Mario from Wonder, everybody knows that he's cute and feminine. Everybody knows that he's got the fuckable little ass. He's a little piece in that game. Nobody's gonna deny it. He's basically asking for it. So I mean, this guy has a point, really.
I took 1 second and looked at his Twitter, and he also said that they made Mario a feminine submissive in the Mario movie.
I thought the Mario movie was based. I thought it wasn't political.
I thought it was red pilled and not woke.
Yeah.
What am I missing?
The quartering lied to me. How dare he?
This guy's Twitter replies are awesome. Actually, I kind of love this.
So I'll go over the tweet that I saw that Justin Wang retweeted, and I was like, "Holy shit, that's hilarious! I need to talk about this." So the same guy, I think, quote tweet that says, "Huh?" Which accurate response, yeah. And your boy, Goatsy Kermit himself says, "You heard me the first time. Just look at this shit." And he posts an image of Mario from the new Mario RPG remake. And he says, "See, look how cute we can make Mario. He isn't masculine." Vomit emoji. "We're just like Western Company." Nerd emoji. Disappointing coming from Nintendo. My man wanted Mario. Let me get the image. My man wanted Mario to look like this. I think I'm gonna put that in the thumbnail.
Yeah, get her done, Mario.
I think I love this guy. This guy's awesome.
Yeah, of course.
Here he is arguing with Five Nights at Freddy's fans for saying like, I mean, fans seem to be enjoying the movie, and he just goes, all Five Nights at Freddy's fans have just come out of the womb, so they won't be watching.
Oh shit, he's right. Fuck.
And then a woman here said, I have more cake than Chica, and all he said in response is, "You're ugly."
What the fuck?
I mean, to be fair, she has 1 like, he has 2, so I think Twitter
She's
has
also
spoken.
19.
That's how Twitter works.
I think this guy's just a shit poster, but it is kind of funny. I mean, it's a take to make.
He posted an incredibly stupid tweet.
I mean, it's there's layers to it because it implies that he's looking at Mario and just fixating on how adorable and cute he is. Which, to be fair, in RPG especially, he does have like the super deformed, almost like he's gotten micro proportions. He's like classic Sonic, but Mario.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Tristan.
Being cheapified is a curse.
I mean, speaking of FNAF, do we want to talk about FNAF? I have a thing specifically about that to talk about.
Go for it.
I got some stuff I want to talk about with it, but yeah, I've seen the movie. It's
I'm done with video game news, so y'all go ahead.
It's pretty good. It's exactly what a FNAF movie should be.
Well, that's good.
I haven't seen it yet, so I'm going to hold you to that.
I will not spoil any cameo, though. I will say that.
I do know what you're talking about.
Don't say it for anyone who hasn't seen it, but
yeah, we know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, what the one
I'll post it.
Let me make a time.
You can maybe just put it in the Discord or something.
I'll mention one.
They're in it.
Yes.
Yeah. That person.
I'll mention one because it is in the trailer.
Yeah.
Not that one, Claw.
Corey Kenshin, the cameo, I've seen that, and that's a cute cameo. That's an actual charming, cute cameo. Markiplier was meant to be in it.
Yeah, but he's in the Iron Lung movie.
Oh yeah, because he's directing, writing, producing, and starring in the Iron Lung film, so he's been a little too busy.
Which, honest to God, respect. That has me excited because
Iron Lung is. I'm not sure how you could make a movie from it, but it's really cool.
Plus,
it's cool going for it.
Markiplier is like
he's directing.
One man showing it.
Yeah,
he's putting a lot of effort into it because he loves Iron Lung. He's making a theatrical released R-rated Iron Lung film.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Well, I hope it works out for him.
It's gotten 2 teasers now, and they're both really cool and atmospheric. So,
what exactly is Iron Lung again? It's like an indie game.
Yeah. You should play it and not look into it. Look into it.
Honest to God,
one of those. Okay.
Yeah.
It's
play it blind.
Without saying anything major, it is. You're basically in a submarine. It's an atmospheric.
Yeah,
game.
Submarine.
Deep Fear for the Sega Saturn.
It's literally the Ocean Gate sub experience video game.
Yeah.
Unironically.
Yeah.
It was made by the dev who made Dusk.
Yep. Yeah, he's cool.
He's super cool.
He also made Squirrel Stapler.
He did. He made Squirrel Stapler.
Which I think we should pitch ourselves. I think we should pitch ourselves for directing that film. All 4 of us as a group.
I would love to make a Squirrel Stapler film. Are you kidding me?
You know what? Well, all of us will do it, and I won't even have played whatever it is, and that'll add an element of spice to it. So,
I mean, you can work with the title alone, Squirrel Stapler.
Yeah, you make it into like a B movie thing where it's the squirrel suing the tool company that made the stapler.
As long as God comes, we'll be fine.
Comes or comes? You know, both,
Comes.
really.
God is coming.
The thing I wanted to talk about with the FNAF movie is my favorite thing to come from it, which is Jason Blum's really pathetic tweets.
Yeah.
Where he's like, he posted the Rotten Tomatoes page where it has a 24% from critics and a 90% from audiences, and circled the positive audience score and said, "Thank you, you guys are so passionate and amazing," which is a really funny image.
I respect the shittery of it, you know.
But the other thing is he just started tweeting like, "Herm, I'm really wondering if this will be our greatest opening ever. Please go see it in the movie theater so we can break our record."
What a guy.
I mean, he knows what he is.
Unrelated to anything, but a little tiny update. If anybody uses the emulation site CD Romance, it's a really good site for like English translations and stuff. They actually just released the PS2 version of Friends, the one with all the trivia. And I'm assuming that the timing was probably, a thing there. So if you want to get your Friends trivia on, loud equals funny. People, just that's a little thing I thought you might, in Matthew Perry's honor.
However, comma.
Yeah, you would never want to do that for this 40-year-old PS2 game, but
I mean, admittedly though, that is kind of shitty.
Wait, what the fuck? There's also a game called Friends Seishun no Kagayaki, a visual novel for the PS2. Is this? Oh, it's unrelated.
God.
It's not the same thing at all.
That's not what you think it is.
Yeah, it's funny.
Fucking, I don't know if you remember seeing those screen caps of Seinfeld. Fucking.
Oh, that was a real game, yeah.
Seinfeld.
Wait, that. Oh god, I gotta find that now.
Yeah, Vinny played it.
Yeah, that's unrelated from the TV show Friends.
Yes. But anyways,
well, I mean,
the FNAF movie.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's very funny. Of course, there was the fight that broke out at the FNAF screening. Someone came in there saying that MatPat was right, and someone came out in there saying, MatPat was wrong, and everything went sideways.
Oh, no.
MatPat was clearly right. He's, yeah.
Wait, what did he say would happen?
No, it's people with their FNAF theories.
Yeah, he's got the
I see.
The game theories. Thanks for watching.
The other big things have been the people bringing images of Markiplier to screenings and putting him on the posters and on the standees.
Okay.
People stealing the Five Nights at Freddy's standees as well. That's been big. There's been some really good security cam footage sped up of people just superhuman speed running away with a Freddy Fazbear under their arm.
I mean, I'm not going to condone thievery, however.
I'm going to condone thievery. That's funny.
Yeah.
People are already making Matthew Lillard, Stu Macher, William Afton, thirst trap edits on Twitter.
No, I don't condone that.
It's funny.
Leave Shaggy alone.
Leave Shaggy alone, indeed. I don't know. This whole thing with the FNAF movie is so weird to me, because I think if it was on any service but Peacock, it would be earning less money in the movie theater. But no one knows that Peacock exists, so everyone's just going to see it, not knowing that they can watch it for free.
Yeah, the people who do know that Peacock exists are like, what the no, fuck Peacock.
I mean, look, I'll say this. Peacock is... Until they renew Twisted Metal for the second season, fuck Peacock. The moment they announce that, then okay, Peacock can stay around for a little bit longer.
I mean, what else do they
have?
It's on Peacock.
They have The Office.
Has, The Office. I think they still have it. Don't know. They don't.
Because they're making the new Office.
Yeah, well, because Paramount it's owned by Paramount.
Doesn't Netflix have The Office again? I swear they do.
I thought Netflix in Canada might.
Netflix in Canada does. In the US, it's on Peacock, and then of course they're going to be making the Office reboot.
Peacock's exclusive, which will be for you guys, goes to Paramount Plus.
An Office
Yes.
reboot. Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
they're bringing back The Office
Yeah.
as a Peacock straight to streaming series.
Which
You see,
you don't really need to make more episodes. You already have enough episodes.
now here's the thing, Gabe. Here, podcast guest Gabe. Welcome.
Yeah.
Yes.
You are a film individual, and as we discuss the game industry being decent this year, it strikes me as, yeah, they're making a fucking Office reboot, huh?
Yeah.
Boy, so the film industry not doing quite as good as gaming, huh?
Well, the
Like
thing is, the
TV and film. The film is a little better, yeah, because
yes, yeah. But TV is kind of a disaster, of course.
yeah.
Now that the writer's strike reached a conclusion, Marvel are contractually obligated to actually hire showrunners that write their shows.
Yeah, which is why we're getting a whole reboot of Daredevil before it's even came out.
Yeah, so they've had to basically scrap half of the Daredevil show that they were making and hire actual people to write it.
Wait, what was it before? Like another She-Hulk mess?
No, it was
No,
the big problem with Daredevil.
I suppose.
Being too quiet. The thing about the Daredevil series that they were making was that, based on everything we know, he wouldn't have even gotten into the Daredevil suit until episode 4. And most of the show was just legal drama stuff. That was so boring that even executives watching it fell asleep.
Which executives
boy.
are stupid and usually will
They-
dumb shit.
They have a real. I mean, I like the idea of focusing on like legal stuff a little bit, but
Yeah.
I mean,
Admittedly-
especially considering like She-Hulk fucked that up so hard.
Admittedly, like, I'd be the only person who'd be into the legal part shit. But
Yeah.
even I'm like 4 episodes, really?
Well,
4 episodes?
they like the whole final season of the Netflix show. He's not in the real outfit, quote unquote. He's in like his sort of ninja costume or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah,
But he's still
the
the
Man Without Fear one.
Yeah, and so there's a way that they could kind of do like a no outfit arc or something, but it's the same Daredevil from the Netflix show, so he's already had all of that happen.
Yeah.
And that's all part of like this, so it's like, why would they do that again? This sounds like a good thing.
Well, and again, and we can cut this out if we don't want to include this.
Yeah.
But the first episode idea that they had, what they had written, was that Karen and Foggy would both be murdered, and so he wouldn't be Daredevil anymore or something.
Yeah, but it's so
Wow.
dumb.
That sounds really grim.
And then the whole point was that it's him building a new law firm with what's her name? What is the character's name? Heather
Jen-
Glenn? No, what's her name? There's a certain character from the comics that he starts up a law firm with.
Oh, I know who you're talking about, but I can't think of the fucking name.
But anyways, what they've basically said is, and people of course are saying, "Oh, Marvel they're fixing their mistakes." They're only doing it because they legally have to because of the new WGA contract.
Yeah, because they can't do what was how would you describe their system before? Because I don't know.
They would hire someone to showrun, but the showrunner wouldn't actually lead writing. The writing would basically be able to be handed to anyone at a moment's notice to fix whatever the executives wanted to, while the showrunners were given the title of running the show.
That's bad.
Which is why there's situations like with Falcon and Winter Soldier where they could rewrite half of the entire series in like a couple months.
So, in other words, the reason why it feels so directionless and weird is because it is.
Yeah, and also because they were basically making movies to be split into TV shows.
I mean, what's funny is the first one they made is still arguably like their best. That or maybe Loki.
I'd say still
WandaVision.
Loki. I'd say still Loki's probably the most consistent.
Yeah,
I
overall.
like WandaVision.
I mean, yeah, WandaVision's fine. But...
Fun fact. Fun, silly little fact.
Yes, back to Rooney.
I think 2 of the writers on Loki have been picked up for the for series 15 of Doctor Who.
Yes.
Which is
Yeah.
so cool.
That's funny.
Because I mean, I've heard a lot. I don't really know because I haven't seen it. But from what I hear, Loki is basically just if Doctor Who was done right. And now that Doctor Who's being done right again, hey, it makes sense to
It has a very Doctor Who-y kind of vibe, where it's very much just like we're jumping from place to place. But yeah, the whole thing with the the new season of Loki's been okay. The whole thing with the Daredevil show though is that they had like some of it made. So what they're doing is they're rewriting most of the series, but they're going to be keeping some of the footage and stuff that they had before and then editing it in with the new stuff, which they have new directors they brought on to shoot.
No, I mean, I can see them you can pull a salvage job with stuff, you know.
I think at this point, Daredevil, Born Again, and Blade are probably the 2 most troubled Marvel productions ever.
Which I don't know. How hard is it to fucking do Blade? They did it in the 90s.
Well, they're probably scared of they're probably I've never seen Blade, and I understand it's not like a 10 out of 10, but it's like it's got a bit of a legacy. Yeah, it has a bit of a legacy. It's a little bit difficult to live up to that. They're gonna have to do like a Spider-Man Homecoming and kind of approach it from a new angle. The other one that's go ahead.
I was gonna say we might have to do if we ever do a commentary track that might be all 3 of those movies rewatching.
I've never seen them. Yeah, I understand they get worse as they go. So
Blade 1 and 2
like
good.
funny worse. Yeah.
I mean, Blade 2 is directed by Guillermo del Toro.
That's true. Yeah. I was gonna say fucking Deadpool 3 is one where I mean the one set photo that we've seen of Ryan Reynolds and a huge jacked man in their costumes and Wolverine's in the fucking yellow spandex. And what is the thing? Apparently he's gonna be the actual he's now the MCU Wolverine is Hugh Jackman again.
No, from basically Deadpool will be traveling to our timeline, and I guess along the way, jacking Hugh Jackman, and coming to this universe.
Yeah. So instead of having an MCU Wolverine, it's gonna be Hugh Jackman.
There's a chance
I guess
be Hugh Jackman again. Yes.
I mean,
until they find a new guy, I guess. Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know. My whole
really
thing with
wants some money.
My whole thing with Deadpool 3 is Deadpool 1 and 2 each had 2 writers? Rhett Reese and Paul Wernick, and then I think Ryan Reynolds is credited on the second one.
Yeah.
This movie has 5 writers.
Oh, great.
Yeah, which is not a great sign.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like it's another one of these committee things.
Too many cooks and all that.
One of the writers being the person who wrote probably the best episode of She-Hulk, actually.
Wow, the person who took the solidest shit in the bowl.
And who was an uncredited co-writer for The Marvels.
That one's up in the air. That could be good.
Actually, yeah, that one's not out yet.
No, it comes out in 11 days, 12 days.
Yeah.
God, remember when there was hype behind every new Marvel release, and now there's literally so many, and they're all so oh, there was another Ant-Man?
There was hype for me for Guardians 3, and then it's nice. Now I don't really have to go again.
Well, yeah, that was the last non-woke Marvel movie, obviously, so... there's gotta be hype for that.
But no,
I mean, I'm excited for the Thunderbolts.
I'm nervously excited.
Who here isn't excited for the Thunderbolts?
I'll be honest, I don't even know what that is.
What's weird to me is I think I'm more excited now for what DC is gonna do with Batman 2 or whatever. The fucking Joker sequel looks like shit though.
The new Batman film, Batman Brave and the Bold, directed by the man who brought you The Flash.
Oh god, yeah,
yeah,
they are
it
making a
was good.
different new Batman. I forgot about
Andy
that.
Muccicelli.
I have to
Muschietti. What are you talking about?
I was close. I'm not great with names.
Muccicelli?
I was close.
Mochaccino.
Listen, we forgive him.
Say hello to his
Mochaccino.
chocolate. Say hello to his chocolate blend.
Yeah. Thank you.
I still need to see the fucking Flash movie. I've heard that it's just...
No, you
It's
don't.
a disaster.
No, you don't.
I've heard that it is just, what was it? Pat described it as a symphony of corpses, which
Yeah.
Honest to God,
sounds like the cinematic event of the year, honestly.
I've only seen it once, and I had to stop like 3 times. I didn't like
Wait,
it.
you hated it?
I didn't like it. No.
Oh, no.
I'd say probably the only thing about the Thunderbolts film that I'm excited for is Steven Yeun being in it as the Sentry, I think.
Oh shit!
What's the Thunderbolts again? That's like the
Suicide
villain
Squad,
team?
but yeah, it's Suicide Squad, but Marvel. It's like in the
lame.
comics, the Thunderbolts is made of like all of the people who are basically just their enemies, or like their heroes, but not, like US Agent, Moonstone, who's just Captain Marvel, but not, Ghost, and a few others.
Yeah, which we're getting some of those in the Thunderbolts.
Bullseye,
God,
yeah,
imagine if they used Bullseye from a Netflix show. That'd actually be really cool. Or a guy who was like Bullseye from.
They aren't.
Use Colin Farrell from the old movie.
Have him kill someone with a peanut again.
Honest to God, yeah. Fucking get Colin Farrell in there. Let him be goofy.
No, get Will Smith back for Deadshot.
That's a...
Oh, yeah, that's the other one.
Get him in there. Get him in there.
That's a different...
Yeah,
character.
Get him in there anyway.
Get him in anyway.
He needs the break.
Yeah. Honest to God, with everything that's going on lately, put him in.
Well, has Will Smith been in the MCU yet? They should get him in there for something.
But
I saw someone propose that Jaden Smith should be Miles Morales and Will Smith
Oh,
his
God.
dad, and it made me want to cry.
Oh, we need After Earth 2, yeah.
Because they are planning a Miles Morales project for the MCU.
Yeah, I was gonna say the fact that like the MCU fucking sucks now. I mean, generally, and nobody really cares.
We're getting Venom 3.
Oh, well, praise God.
Oh, wow.
I'm ready for Venom 3. Okay.
I didn't hate Venom 1. I still haven't seen the sequel. I heard it was like a little better actually. But generally, like the MCU itself, people don't give a shit because, like, yeah, I don't know, Captain America's gone, Iron Man's gone, everybody that like people cared about is gone, and meanwhile, fucking people are eating up Miles Morales stuff now, like Spider-Man game, the Spider-Verse, and so like you got to assume Kevin Feige is just over there, like, we gotta get in on it.
Kevin Fragile.
Kevin Feige coming down from his mountain of baseball caps.
Yeah, he they need to figure out what they're doing with the movies, because I get it.
Yeah.
You know, you have to move on from those characters at some point. You can't do, Iron Man for 20 years. You just can't.
You can't have it be like the comics now.
Yeah.
Well, what I've realized is that what Kevin Feige is doing now is just starting to include cameos from all the stuff he produced before he made MCU stuff.
Yeah, well, I mean, now they own all that shit. So.
Because Elektra is going to be in Deadpool 2, and he produced Daredevil in the Elektra film.
Yeah.
Wait, like Jennifer Garner Elektra?
Yeah, that's officially announced.
God.
That's not like a spoiler thing. Jennifer Garner will be there in Deadpool 3, and of course he produced that film and Daredevil movie.
They're really trying hard with this multiverse era shit.
Well,
and of course,
if you're gonna do
he also
Secret
produced the X-Men trilogy, right?
Oh my God, They made fucking Secret War. I forgot about that's got to be like the worst Marvel thing ever. Cause yeah, nobody liked it, and then everybody forgot it even fucking existed.
Yeah, but they're gonna be
fucking
doing
Secret
Wars in live action.
Well, they're doing.
No, wait, which one was it? Secret Invasion that they did?
Secret Invasion, yeah.
Right, yeah, that one. God, that was a fucking mess.
Honestly, if they had done the Secret Invasion comic, it would have been really cool. The series
Yeah, but
they did was
do you know why Secret Invasion was the way it was?
Writer's strike.
There was no writer. It's not even the writer's strike. It's just no one wrote it. It was written by committee.
Oh God.
Yeah,
they had one of the writers and lead creatives of Mr. Robot set to write it, and then they fired him.
Oh my God, that fucking pisses me off.
Mr. Robot guy was gonna write. Oh my God.
One of the Mr. Robot guys.
Not Sam Ismail, I guess.
No, he's busy.
No, but yeah, that would have been interesting. Well, I remember watching the fucking Moon Knight show, and that was the last thing that I was really excited.
Okay.
I was like, because I started getting into Moon Knight, and I was like, oh, this guy's really cool. I like this superhero, and they're making a show about him, and apparently it might be like a little bit horror themed or whatever. That's kind of cool, and I was like a little interested, and then it came out. And, like, I'm not one to complain necessarily about, like I said earlier, I wouldn't mind if they had a focus on, like, legal drama stuff in the Daredevil show. But they have him in the Moon Knight outfit for, like, maybe fucking 2 minutes total in that whole show.
He wears the Mr. Knight outfit way more.
He wears that, but even then, he's not doing... He's not doing a lot of Moon Knight-y stuff. A lot of it is just the actor just kind of, on his own... and being kind of the most obnoxious. What is his name again? It's not Oscar Isaac, is it?
It's Oscar Isaac. Yeah,
it's Oscar Isaac. Yeah, he's being like the most obnoxious version of himself that I've ever seen him be in anything.
I mean, we can move on from Marvel stuff in a minute, but Moon Knight. There was one thing about that baffled me. There was an interview with one of the lead directors of it recently, where he said that he loves that when you're in the middle of an action scene, it will like cut. He loves cutting action scenes because then you can like get people more invested in the action scene if you're constantly cutting the action, because otherwise people will get bored.
Well, there is a balance to cutting and action, but they didn't
That's like the exact opposite philosophy.
No, he literally said that, like, oh yeah, if we don't cut our action scenes up a lot, people will like get up and go eat a snack, and that he gets bored of action scenes when they're more than a few minutes long. So he'll just get up if he knows it's going to be a long action scene, and he'll eat, and then he'll come back, and then the hero would win anyways. But when you're constantly cutting an action scene, anything can happen. His words.
Yeah, that's great. I mean,
that one.
I was gonna say that one of the reasons I wound up hating that show so much was that it felt like it was made by committee kind of thing. But you mentioned that that's like one of the lead guys behind it, so I guess whoever was actually in charge of that ship was also just an idiot. So that's great.
The same guy was like, "Yeah, Moon Knight is the most proud Oscar Isaac has ever been of a project he's been in." Again, Oscar Isaac didn't say that; the director of Moon Knight did. But yeah,
I mean, hey, he must know. He worked with him, I guess.
Yeah, that tracks.
Yeah, no. Again, if you're gonna cut something, there's a balance to cutting, and usually you want to keep a fight scene going as long as possible because it looks really nice when it does.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, everybody complained for so long about the fucking Batman, like Dark Knight, and it was worse in Batman Begins, where basically every time Batman or anybody lands a punch, it's a cut to a different angle or some shit, and it's all close-ups and shitty, and like we've been getting better from there, but to hear someone basically say, "Yep, that's the way to do it," is like, wow. The wrong lessons learned.
It must work for normies, because again, you still see it going around. I mean,
I guess.
I don't know if you guys talked about this already, but Claw, I know you're a big fan of Metal Gear, Metal Gear Solid.
Metal
Metal
Gear
Gear
Solid?
Solid.
Hell yeah.
I'm sure you were very happy to see the Maury Calliope original Metal Gear Solid rap song.
I didn't hear the song, but I'm aware that it exists.
I knew this would come up. I didn't know this would come up.
I'm familiar with her work.
embarrassing.
Yeah, I mean, nothing can top that one guy, I forget his name. The Do the Roar! That guy, when he did his little dance and he was Naked Snake, Metal Gear, Shagohood. Nothing can top that song, but
I mean, I'm usually a defender of her work, but I will say the song is kind of rough.
Of course you are. Of course you are, Bane.
Rough.
Jesus Christ, Bane.
Oh
Maury...
God, we're at an hour and a half already.
Yeah, we should get to our ad read soon, but we'll continue this as long as it's going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was just gonna say, it features a killer lyric. Which
admittedly, if the verse or the chorus, I don't know. I'm a little high myself. But yeah, she says sneaking, neaking, and the problem is she says it so fast it almost sounds like a slur.
Oh
and
no!
I'm like, oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no!
Yeah, I was gonna.
Yeah.
That sucks. That's bad. Oh, boy.
And then the post chorus has her say, "Gene, meme, scene, you dig? I go sneaking, neaking."
She says that over and over. It's a bit rough.
It's bad. It's not good.
I've only listened to a little bit of it, but good lord.
I mean, that just Konami is constantly on the path to monetize their games as much as possible and monetize their brands and their properties.
It's not the worst thing that they've ever done with Metal Gear.
Probably not.
The funniest thing, she did a song for One Piece Volume 104, and it was actually not bad.
Oh, she
it was
did
like a pretty
Red too.
Yeah,
really?
like the song she did for One Piece was like, it was catchy. It wasn't too obnoxious. It was just kind of fun. And then I heard this and I wanted to die.
I thought about linking it to you, and I'm like, I feel like you've already heard it.
I haven't heard it, but I will have to listen to it, and I'll probably mention how I feel about it on stream or something. But yeah, that doesn't sound good. I did listen to it's like 3 hours or something that fucking Brad Taste in Music was listening to her entire discography. And I don't think there was a single song. Well, no, there were a few where it's like the beat kind of had like an electro swing kind of feel that was like okay. Some of the instrumental is all right, and sometimes her voice isn't terrible, but she sounds like such a mom on Facebook that nothing she ever does just works. It's I've heard Maury Calliope's better than Demon Dice, though.
Yeah, but only marginally, I'd say. The problem is every time she raps, she does the same like deep rap voice.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
and
it
makes it
only have that kind of rap voice, so
exactly. But it really the switch is immediate. I'll say that.
Yeah, it is. I'll give you that.
Yeah, that's I mean, I don't know if that's worse than like God, what other Konami? Because like I don't know, they had the fucking Silent Hill like blankets.
Silent Hill by Korn.
Bikehorn?
By Korn. They did a track for Silent Hill Downpour. That is the worst thing.
Silent Hill by Korn.
Yeah, that
you thought it said Bicorn.
I thought they were selling a
Bicorn. Yeah.
Oh, I heard Bicorn and Bikehorn, but yeah, there is a
Silent Hill Bicorn.
Well, there's a Silent Hill skateboard.
There were.
They sold that last year or something.
I wanted to buy one.
Yeah.
Desperate. I would
this is the latest.
30-year-old. Hell yeah.
This is what I would say. A song by Maury Calliope is not as bad as the whole fucking Pachinko thing, but it's still pretty embarrassing.
Now,
Tristan, I realized there's one other piece of gaming news we didn't talk about.
Is there?
The $12 Mortal Kombat Fatality.
Oh, I haven't heard
You
of
guys
this.
don't know about this?
I heard
Well,
about
Gabe,
this,
you've
but I
been
don't know about
talking.
this.
You've been talking about how bad the DLC pricing and stuff is in general, right? Because like all the
Well, okay.
characters are expensive too.
It's $50 for the 6 characters, I think, which isn't terrible pricing. Like it could be better, you know.
That's like a full game for 6 characters. But for DLC
the biggest
pricing,
the biggest problem is they're releasing them at, I don't know. I think the last character's out like summer 2024. You know, like kind of far away.
Yeah, that's a bit far off.
But for Halloween to celebrate, they have released a $12 DLC microtransaction fatality. And of course, a fatality is just like a 20-second cutscene. It's not that big of a thing.
Do you buy it and permanently get it, or do you have to pay each time?
You buy it and permanently get it.
Okay, all right. At least it's not horrendous.
Yeah, but we went from them giving us an entire overhaul in MK11 of every character getting friendships and adding stage fatalities and fatalities being just like unlockable things to you're paying $12 for a single fatality, which is bad.
Yeah.
And it's within like the in-game currency as well. So you have to buy the in-game currency to get it. And I can't remember. I think you have to buy $15 worth of currency to get it. I think.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
Microsoft
They always fucking do that.
Let me look at the currency packs. Let me see.
Oh yeah, lately there have been for COD there have been ones that have been 2,800 COD points, which are not the even 2,400 pack that you can buy. It's a little bit more.
Oh, okay, no. You just have to buy the straightforward like second price pack, but I think it costs like $12 to $15. So you are paying that much for a single fatality, which is inexcusable.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Now,
yeah, that's ridiculous.
Now, real quick, we do have to get to our sponsor read, which we've been a little bit
pay the
on.
bills.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, Cushy Dreams.
Gabe, if you heard of Cushy Dreams, we keep fucking talking about it.
We now have two Canadians who can't take part.
As someone who does a lot of research and studying into weed, marijuana, I've heard of, but tell me more.
Ooh.
Yes. Well, Cushy Dreams, our good friends, they're doing something unprecedented. I'm actually not sure if it's precedented or not, but I'm going to say it's unprecedented.
But it's extraordinary.
Because it's really fucking cool.
It's real and it's spectacular.
For us,
they are going.
Could it be any more of a sale? There you go, Chandler Bing.
They rest in peace. All right, so they are. Good lord. So. I still can't believe they're doing this, by the way. If you use our code, LOUD25, at checkout, when you buy something from cushydreams.com, your name gets entered into a giveaway, and you get the chance to win. How much was it again? Over $100?
In fact, actually, it did get upgraded. I should tell you, shout-outs to Noah from Cushy Dreams. They did add another pack of the Delta 9 gummies, so it adds up to a total of $150 worth.
That's insane.
Wow.
Your name will be entered in to win that on top of your current order.
Yep. You'll be getting two
which is
of the
insane.
You'll be getting 2 of the Dream and Relax Delta 2 of the Delta 8 pre-rolls, 2 of the Dream and Relax CBD pre-rolls, and then 2 of the 5-pack half-gram pre-rolls. And a pack of the Delta 9 Tangerine gummies. He said Tangerine works, but Tangerine gummies.
Yeah, we've had the tangerine gummies. They're quite good.
They are really good. They actually taste like tangerines.
This is basically the same box that you guys had, I think.
Basically they take what we had and just put it together, and that's what our lovely viewers are getting if they use code LOUD25 at checkout. Do it now. Yes. I bet you won't.
Yeah, Loud25, and I mean, again, not only, we always say, like, you get weed, you save a little money with the code, you kick a little back to us, hey, but now you also get the chance to win this thing, and your name is being entered in with, like, it's only a few people that are, probably listening and checking out the code thing. So it's
Yeah,
like
so
maybe
you're in on the ground floor with this.
right. Get in on the ground floor and
hey,
get your weed.
Yeah, and hey, if you buy multiple things, you get multiple entries. Well, you place multiple orders. I mean,
Yeah.
place multiple orders, get multiple entries. Hey,
Again, and
it's a great deal all around.
When you spend $75, you get free shipping. So what you could do is spend $100 and then use our code, get it down to $75. You still get free shipping.
Yeah.
25
could
bucks
either
free.
use that money.
That's 25% off. That's nuts.
You could either
I'm
use
still in
that.
shock.
Yeah, it's pretty good. You could use the extra money, the 25% off. Maybe it's $25 you save on a $100 order. You either put that towards, say, more weed, or you could buy your grandmother a cheeseburger.
Yeah, or you can get some stuff to satiate them munchies.
Yeah,
buy yourself a cheeseburger. Fuck the grandma.
Yeah. Grandma doesn't need a cheeseburger. She's only going to be able to enjoy it for 3 more years.
Yeah. Or if you'd like, you could also go to loudequalsfunny.com and go to either our store page, which takes you to our web store, or to our Patreon tab, which takes you to our Patreon.
Yes, and I'm going to ask a question.
Yes.
Oh, we're checking the Discord.
In Discord. So, yeah, if you go there, we can.
So it was mentioned on the stream. So, yeah.
Okay. Well, if you go there now, we should probably open up a thread for this at some point.
Yeah.
We're pleased to announce officially that this is really crazy to say actually out loud, but Cat Icarus has agreed to be on the podcast. It's going to be a little while. He's busy. That's perfectly fine.
He's taking care of his Halloween video and stuff, which, by the way...
He makes hour-long videos. It's fine.
I have heard about what the Halloween themed video... I don't know if it'll be out by Halloween or if this episode will be even, but the Halloween-themed video is apparently quite good, so, there you go.
So, this is going on Patreon immediately, pretty much.
There you go.
Yeah, we should, I guess in the comments for this video, maybe? Or for this thing on Patreon.
Yeah, very.
And then
not, I'll put it. I'll put its own post. That way, it's just.
Yeah, make it a free post on Patreon, maybe, and then
because very couple people do just follow the thing without actually paying. So yeah,
there's. We'll have a post on Patreon. I have a tweet that's up.
I'll also probably put a community post. Claw, you want to put a community post too?
Oh sure, yeah, and I'll mention it on stream too.
Okay.
Yeah, I will. I'll pin the tweet. Actually, I'll do that right now, in fact.
Hell yeah.
We're talking about looking for Q&A stuff?
Yeah, Q&A. Yep. Ask questions for the man himself, Cat Icarus.
I was going to say, you've been talking about, should we do this, should we do that, you haven't actually said what you were going to ask for.
Oh, that's what I was going to ask. I was going to ask for questions. Go to Patreon, and hey, if you sling us some money, we give your question priority. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In the future, when we have guests, we're probably going to make it patron only.
Yeah, this podcast absolutely works via bribery. Bribery is
of course,
is perfectly acceptable.
Bribery is a serious form of flattery. We love money.
Yes.
Again, for any sponsorship opportunities, email hosts at loudequalsfunny.com.
As long as we're allowed to talk about 9/11 or Osama or whatever.
Listen,
Obama.
You're going to say Obama?
Yeah. Well, we can talk about Obama. Obama's not controversial.
Obama's fine, yeah.
Obama.
Soda.
But yeah, does anyone else have anything specific they want to talk about?
I have a few things. Give me a sec to pin this tweet tomorrow.
I have a story I want to talk about, which I gotta find the tab. Oh, found it here. All right. So, off-duty Alaska Airlines pilot charged with attempted murder after trying to shut down plane engines mid-flight.
What? Yeah. What? Excuse me?
This story is something.
That's very confusing. He was off-duty but mid-flight.
Yeah. Okay. So, you ever see in movies where they got that little seat in the back of the cockpit, that little like flap-down thing? That's a seat. That's a seat pilots will usually take that are, trying to go back home.
Yeah.
It's like an extra seat they have if they can put.
Holy shit!
Second person.
Holy shit!
Well, this guy
he let the intrusive thoughts win.
Yeah. So I'm gonna read you the story as it came out because there's two different articles. But so this guy was on the flight. He ended up being charged with over 80 counts of attempted murder. But,
Ooh,
he was sitting in the
rough.
seat, and then he attempted to turn on the fire suppression systems, which, in a plane, they will cut off the fuel to the engine, straight up. So that way no fuel will go back into it, and then we'll pump it full of, essentially, like, fire extinguisher, extinguish everything. He tried to start that, and he had it going, and then one of the pilots basically pushed him out of the way, kicked it back on, thankfully before anything bad happened. But
Yeah.
So they eventually pulled into. Oh, he really did. They pulled into Portland, Oregon, instead of going to San Francisco, where they were going originally. And arrested him. It was then found out, if I can find where I put this article, because here we go. It turns out that 48 hours before that flight, he took psychedelic mushrooms and not sleep for 40 fucking hours.
Oh yeah, that'll do it.
Yep. He was freaking the fuck out. It was his first time taking mushrooms too.
I had an experience similar to that. Thankfully, I didn't fucking crash the car, but I was in the back. I was very, very much funny blitzsteed, and I got bad cotton mouth.
Kristen, I know
fucking with me.
I know I say this every time, but this is a really good thumbnail. I really like the little with Gabe.
I think that works. I think that works already as is.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah, maybe move the text together in the little.
I was gonna ask Gabe for everyone listening.
I think that works.
Yeah, I was gonna ask Gabe for like an image if he wanted to to represent himself, but yeah, the with Gabe works. We just bunch them together so that they kind of flow well.
Yeah, that's.
So here's the thing. It gets worse though, because So eventually he had they struggled, pushed him off, and he'd settled down, and then he decided to start peacefully walking the back of the aircraft. And
what was he cooking?
So he told one of the flight attendants he said to her, "You need to cuff me now, or it's going to be bad." He was cuffed in a seat of the back of the plane. He then tried to grab the handle of the emergency exit before he was stopped by another crew member.
Whoa, what a guy!
Yep. So yeah, this dude had been a pilot for 22 years. This man's 44 years old, and just out of no incident before this, nothing, and now he is charged with. Let me make sure I get this right here. I think it was 84 counts. Yeah, 84 counts. 83 counts. 83 counts.
Oh, geez, that is maybe one of the worst trips ever.
Yeah. Which,
I mean, thankfully nobody died.
Yeah, thankfully he was not piloting
his own plane. If that were the case, this would be a lot less funny.
Yeah.
It would be like the thing we're not talking about this week.
Yeah.
Well, I think we would talk about it just to be like, holy shit, that's so fucked up.
I think the best thing to say in this situation is, what? You were just trying to play a prank,
Yeah.
Come
prank,
on,
bro.
I'm joking.
Honestly, better prank than the people who are pranking in Japan right now. If you've seen all that.
Yeah.
For some reason, that's an entire.
That was the guy who. That was the guy who said
now.
That was the guy who said spending 100 days or 100 hours in the world's poorest country, and there's a tweet screenshot of it in Arabic. It's like, Allah, please kill this white devil. I forgot his name.
Because there's two. There's Johnny Somali, and then this guy's like Fidelis or whatever. Yeah, it's like a Mr. One was Ice Poseidon clone. One's Mr. Beast clone. Mr. Beast clone who was obsessed with hugging fucking Elon for some reason.
Ugh.
That tracks.
God, it's fucking weird.
People dick ride him way too much. Speaking of Elon.
Oh god.
Oh yeah.
We need a little. We need a stinger for the weekly Elon update.
Elon Musk. He does everything wrong. So there's a few pieces of news. I'm kind of gonna kind of go through them a bit quick, but it's been about a year now, a year and a few days since Elon Musk finalized the Twitter deal.
Yeah.
Been about a year, and the worst year to have ever been on Twitter, maybe besides 2014.
I mean, financially, it can't have been a
Financially
good year.
awful.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's funny you mentioned financially because Elon Musk claims he will turn Twitter into a total financial platform by the end of next year.
So we got 1 year on the clock.
Yeah, he says you won't need a bank account, which that's not that's the least of my concerns, Elon.
Wait, what?
Wait, so it's gonna be like a banking platform now?
Financial. I don't know what the hell.
Crypto wallet Twitter? Oh my god.
Yeah, this comes from The Verge. I'm too lazy to go and look at the actual article. I like that this image right here is of him just carrying one of his fucking flamethrowers. Badly green screened onto a cyberpunk background.
He has always said he wanted Twitter to be literally everything. Like,
yeah,
you
like
could do literally everything
like
you need to do. So this isn't that crazy to see him say, but it's still a crazy concept.
It's just obnoxious.
Who did it better? Who did it better, Roblox dating or Twitter banking?
Ooh, the competition.
I love the fact that he hasn't got over how he got kicked out of PayPal. He hasn't gotten over it because he wanted to turn PayPal into X, and everyone was like, "That's fucking stupid," and kicked him out of the company. He just really wants a financial platform called X, and he doesn't want to build it himself.
Huh.
Yeah, quite literally just that. Yeah.
So, speaking of which,
yeah.
X/Twitter is reportedly looking at ways to address accounts frequently getting community noted, which I think is hilarious.
Oh, I did see that.
This isn't
this isn't strictly me so hard.
No, this isn't strictly negative news, but essentially it's they're going to start adding warnings to accounts that have a shit ton of community notes.
Also, they've made it so that accounts with community notes can't have those posts be monetized.
Ooh.
Yep.
That's actually a really cool idea.
Fun fact, I am a community notes person.
Oh, how do you sign up for that? I want to do that.
You just go on and you just apply, you send in a little application for it, and then you have to be someone who engages with notes to get them posted.
Okay.
To get the ability to post your own.
I get you.
It is hilarious.
Because I've seen so many
every single community notes thing on like a satirical tweet is one person going like, actually, that's a joke. And everyone else who's a community notes person going, why does this need a note? Yeah, it's obviously a joke. It's just a satire. Like, chill.
Yeah. Well, it sounds a lot like Wikipedia kind of thing, where it's like edit wars of like, yeah, this doesn't need to be there. You're going into weird diatribes, you know.
Yeah. But the really good ones are like when someone says something like plainly false, especially when it's like someone that Elon likes or Elon himself.
Yeah.
And the community note is just, this is wrong, and provides like a link to some basic information. Those are always the funniest.
Yeah, the community notes can either be like, this is a joke and this isn't funny because whatever, but then they could also just be like what happened with YouTube. For context, YouTube sucks kind of thing.
For context, YouTube hasn't fucking addressed Sniper Wolf doxing Jags films.
Yeah, by the way, there was I think it was in the Mimi video that she recently did, the follow-up to Sniper Wolf. I only watched some of it, and then I don't know, fell asleep or something, but I heard her mention something to the effect that Jack hasn't actually, at the time that she recorded it, which I think was like a week ago, apparently he hadn't made any videos or posted anything. Has he been around at all recently?
No, I have notifications on for him because, you know.
I haven't seen anything.
The last thing he posted.
Yeah.
On his main account, it was the video where he talked about her coming to his house.
Yeah, he hasn't posted any new videos at all.
Yeah, and on Juju Jack's films, it was 2 weeks ago as well. Yeah,
and Twitter, I think he has been also apparently silent.
He made like one post. Let me read it out loud. Actually, Scorpio season starts today. You can always spot a Scorpio. They're the crazy ones. Haha. They like to have fun and are always down for a good time.
And then he's had all of his streams be on hold until November 1st, where it says that he's no, that's also on hold. All of his streams are on hold as well. Yeah.
Oh, so he might be taking a little extended break.
I mean, it's understandable.
I think the Tamimi thing mentioned that he might have been like also punished for what happened with Sniper Wolf kind of thing. Like the both sides.
Yeah, they did say that stupid fucking both sides thing. Jesus Christ.
So dumb.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm hoping that that's not what happened.
Yeah, because genuinely, if Jax Films is being punished in any way that isn't just both sides, then that's just straight up an injustice.
Yeah.
So who wants to talk about horny old people?
What? Excuse me.
I love doing these. It's great. So I was listening to the Snark Tank podcast a little while ago, and Chris Raygun was talking about an interaction that he had on Twitter, and I just think it's funny enough to talk about. So Chris Raygun is friends with Kiwi Sunset, Kiwi Sunrise.
Yeah.
I forgot which one. But so Kiwi made a crochet dick. LOL Lamau. Yeah. And Chris Raygun just makes an innocuous comment. Kiwi replies to it, and then this guy, big sexy 4035. So Chris Raygun says, "Oh, he's a curious fellow," and Kiwi's like, "Yeah." And this guy's like, "I'm curious about your nether region. I bet it's sweet like candy and perfectly beautiful."
Oh yeah.
I gotta post that. Because there are so many fucking horny old people on Twitter. You see them everywhere. This is just the funniest
35.
His bio is wanna fuck.
I just saw his bio.
Oh god.
He retweets like all of the like thirst traps, like retweet if you wanna. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
Hold on. The first fucking thing he retweeted is a retweet from Israel. The second thing is a tweet from a chick named Madison Springs saying, "Retweet if you prefer small titties," which I'm tempted to retweet.
I mean, he says this, and then Chris Raygun says Jesus Christ, and he goes, "He doesn't know." Which maybe it's like supposed to be a meme or something.
I think, and Chris thinks the same, but I think that he thinks that Jesus doesn't see the shit he posts on here or something like that.
Oh my god, I can't stop scrolling. This is so...
Wow, he posts his like fat titties.
Okay, guys, this is a banger tweet. Look at this. Look at this one.
Oh,
Bane, you do the honors.
Okay. His tweet here is, "Okay, what's the best flavor for anal lube? If I misspelled fuck you, I'm high."
We gotta get in touch with
that is a good one for Bane to read. Yeah, that was a good Bane.
I clicked like on a tweet. He gets a like for that.
Recently I was doing it's funny because we're on Twitter. Recently I was doing a TikTok stream, and I was very excited because my favorite thing on TikTok is finding any thirst trap and then finding the elderly man asking for the woman to be his sugar baby or whatever.
They're always hilarious.
And then it's always the thing where it's the guy, his whole TikTok is him staring at the camera with like the filters happening. Like he's always obsessed with the filters, and in one case he was a crypto grandpa. Sometimes they're nerds, but yeah, just horny old men on TikTok. I guess Twitter is also, yeah, that's a good place for him too. Instagram would be another.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see them all the time, and I don't have any more examples because I'm gonna be honest, I didn't think that I would be talking about this here, but I just decided, hey, that's funny.
Yeah, no, I might have to.
Yeah, you always see them in the comments, like
Right.
OnlyFans girls and bots and shit like that.
Oh god, you ever
We need to.
like? There used to be a fucking fantastic Twitter account that was like Pornhub comments, and it was just like big sexy, thank you, give me
I remember that.
bobs,
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah, fucking Ross 53545.
Yeah. What that pussy do?
I want to suck that motherfucking pussy and ass all night long, or whatever.
Damn, baby, with them tits, have them tits flop, you know.
What do those tits sound like? Yeah.
Damn, those titties feel like sandbags.
Jesus. I always think of the Send Bob. Send Bob.
Yeah, send open Bob.
I mean,
Also,
hey, that's gotta work for them if they keep doing it.
I guess. But
They must
one
know
of
something we
the
don't.
one of the funniest tweets from this Josh guy is quote, "I'm leaving Twitter. I never see anything from @Kiwi the Small anymore. Why bother if I can't see anything from my heart?"
What?
Yeah.
I don't even understand what that means.
Basically, he
Maybe
really
she blocked
likes
him?
her.
Well, no,
No, I think it's like algorithm stuff.
yeah. 'Cause if you go into his likes, you can see that he's definitely still liking your tweets.
Yeah, he's just trying to like be a simp for her, basically. Yeah.
I mean,
Oh my god.
it's gotta work eventually. You just keep sending it. You just keep doing it.
Tristan, I know you've probably seen it. This one's for you.
No, it's not real.
No, it is real.
No, do you not remember this? It's Chris Pratt is voicing Garfield.
Yeah.
Yeah, the new Garfield movie. He looks better than the old Garfield 3D movie.
I mean, yeah, but also
this is animated.
It's got Chris Pratt voicing it.
Yeah, no.
So what was the last one? Was that also was that like
the most recent one? The live action one was A Tale of Two Kitties.
Well, I mean, it was live action, but how was the cat? It wasn't animated. Was it like a okay? Okay, so this whole thing is animated then.
Yeah, but this one's like full animated. Yeah.
Right. Well, I mean, it at least looks right,
Yeah,
but I don't know why people keep casting. Bill Murray's a good pick for Garfield, but
to be fair,
is like shit.
To be fair, he was tricked into coming into the last one because
he thought it was a Coen movie.
Yeah.
Well, he wasn't tricked. He was stupid.
It's written by Joel Coen.
Well, you get tricked when you're stupid, you know.
No, it's not Joel Coen. It's Eitan Coen, not to be confused with Ethan Coen.
No, it is. If you look on, I'm just going by what I'm reading here. The guy's name is Joel Coen, but it's Joel Edmund Coen, not Joel Daniel Coen, which is the Coen brothers.
I'm gonna change my name to Steven Jonathan Spielberg.
Oh no, you're right. It was the other Joel Coen. Yeah.
Yep.
Eitan Coen is the guy who wrote Idiocracy, Tropic Thunder, and Holmes and Watson.
Oh
God, what a downgrade!
Yeah, Holmes and Watson sucked.
That's like being an Olympic athlete, then just coming in on crutches with both your legs.
He also wrote an award for best writing in an animated TV production for King of the Hill.
Huh.
Nice. I like King of the Hill.
Jesus, what a career.
Huh. Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, it's funny. It's like when I watch old Futurama, frequently Bill Odenkirk show. So, well, no, Bob. I think it's Bob Odenkirk in the show. I think it's actually somebody named Bill Odenkirk in the credits. I don't know if they're related. But it might be Bob.
Bill Odenkirk is Bob Odenkirk's brother. He's a writer.
Yeah, no, there you
Oh.
go. Because I
He
know,
wrote Futurama, Simpsons.
yeah, like
Tenacious
Conan was on
D.
Simpsons back in the day, and I know that Bob Odenkirk was doing a bunch of, other comedy stuff. I saw him on fucking I Think You Should Leave in
Oh,
a,
he's so good in
very
that
good
bit.
role. Yeah.
I really have to watch. I think you should leave. I just know it would be right up my alley.
Well, I really have to watch Whitest Kids You Know because
Oh
yes.
yeah, rest in peace, Trevor Moore.
yeah, I know everybody was really torn up about him. I had heard of that show. I remember it was like on TV, but I never watched it.
For
And
That's good.
For
I hear
those
it's a
around
classic.
here, it was on Fuse. If you remember Fuse.
Yeah, it was. I think it was on
Yeah.
Fuse for me as well. If not,
I was
Comedy
gonna
Central.
I was gonna say Bill Odenkirk is the guy who wrote the episode of Futurama with the parallel universe inside the box.
Oh,
Shit.
yeah,
Oh.
he's usually like executive producing, and
Yeah.
that's interesting.
I Think You Should Leave is excellent. I love that show.
Yeah, I
I'm
watched the whole thing. It was great.
I'm a big fan of Kids in the Hall. I feel like I'm one of the. I don't know if any of you guys like Kids in the Hall.
I've been meaning to watch that too.
I
Yeah.
like what I've seen of Kids of Hall. I need to watch
Classic
more.
Canadian sketch series.
Oh, Whitest Kids is all on YouTube, eh?
Yeah, Whitest Kids is
Yeah,
all on YouTube.
yeah,
Oh,
uploaded
that's
by
great.
the guys themselves,
Yeah.
as well as the
Nice.
entirety of Civil War on Drugs, which is really cool. It's nice to have that like all up all together.
Which straight up perspective, they got all that up there too.
Yeah.
They I think they got the rights back from IFC in like 2018 or something like that.
See, I don't know. I haven't seen too much of Kids of Hall, but I've seen a lot of Dave Foley. Like,
Yeah, you saw the Postal movie, so I'm sure you've seen a lot of Dave
yeah,
Foley.
that's a
Yeah.
little too much of Dave Foley. Yeah.
I feel like the most well-known person from Kids in the Hall besides Dave Foley is probably Kevin McDonald because he voiced Pleakley in Lilo and Stitch, and he's tallest purple in Invader Zim.
I'll always remember him as a taxman from Corner Gas.
Yeah, he's also. I think he's in '70s show, isn't he?
I think so.
I seem to
He shows up
recall,
in
yes.
so much stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, he's one of those. There's a lot of Canadian, especially like what is it? SCTV.
SCTV.
And like, yeah, you get a lot of Canadian character actors.
To rope things back to Fallout New Vegas, Dave Foley was also Yes Man.
Oh, yes.
Yes, he was. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh god, yeah. Wow.
Kristen, you have to say yes.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes.
Yes.
I think he's also in the new season of Fargo, actually.
He is.
Yeah.
Is that show still going?
Oh yeah. It took a
Wow.
break after season 4 because of COVID.
Yeah, they kind of gave it. We've had some gaps. There was like a year between 2 and 3, and then a couple
That's
between
There was
3 and
2 years
4.
between 2 and 3, and then there was 3 years between 3 and 4, and then there was 3 years between 4 and 5.
That's such an interesting series because the first season is like a loose adaptation of the movie Fargo, but then every other season has been its own like thing that's just been kind of like a similar tone or whatever.
Well,
and from what I understand, it's all been pretty good.
It's even better than that because the first season of the Fargo show is a loose retelling of the movie, but it also takes place within the same canon as the film and directly addresses the events of the film.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't even remember that.
It's because at one point they find the money from the end of Fargo. They tell you what happened to it after the fact.
Interesting.
Yeah,
I
no,
watched some of
cool
that
show.
show.
Cool show.
And,
Speaking of cool shows.
oh yes.
I do have one more thing of stuff, but it might be a little bit of a rabbit hole. Does anybody have anything else they want to get done before?
No, I don't think so.
I have one more thing. I've got an interesting. There's people finally fighting back against generative AI. There's an interesting tool being developed by artists called Nightshade to fuck with the AI data training sets. I've got
So like you can kind of like the thing that tells if homework is copied, but for AI, kind of.
Well, what it does is it's pushing like poisoned images to it, so it fucks with the samples, effectively making its
I've
data useless.
heard about this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
So what you see here is, I sent you guys an image chart, but it's what the original prompt is at the top. So like a dog in a clean model, like something that has been poisoned. As it gets poisoned, it slowly changes that sample into what it changes to at the end. So a dog with poison samples ends up becoming a cat when you type it in.
Yeah.
So as you see down, like cubism slowly becomes anime as you poison the samples.
That's the real poison right there. Good lord.
Exactly.
Wow, what is the
I
point
like-
of this exactly?
I like this
to
halfway
fuck models
handbag.
Mm.
Yeah.
To make
I
it
really
so
like-
AI is always unreliable, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So,
guess.
I really like this this handbag toaster that they've made after
would be-
100 poison
It
samples.
would be
Avocado
great if
toaster.
AI is forced if it's gonna be so powerful it has to have weird limits on it. Like, yeah, you can't make exactly what you want. You'll get something, and it might be something cool, but it won't be exactly the cubist version of that lady. It might be the
Which is
anime
what they're
version.
going for with Nightshade, yeah.
Yeah. So as you see if in here, the one for a dragon goes back to like the old days of AI where it completely would get something like one thing right, which looks like a scale of an eye, and then fuck everything else
The
up.
rest of it
This
is
is like
fucking
pebbles.
pebbles.
Yeah. Like the
But
castle.
then some of them work because clean model castle in the Lord of the Rings, it's like a castle, and then the other one it looks more like a sort of whimsical cartoony castle a little bit.
Yeah.
It's still a
Yeah,
castle.
It goes from like Hogwarts to Crystals of Gingledoof, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
It-
Well, that's interesting.
it's interesting to see people fuck with this shit, and you know this came from MIT had created their own model, which is what the clean model is, and then tested it with with poisoning the samples and seeing what it gets. So that's what you see there.
Nice.
Well, like I just want to point out that the last thing that Tristan posted over in the War Room chat is a series of Simpsons AI images, which I only realized were AI after a minute because, like, Homer with Special Olympics on his shirt, it says Special Olympics perfectly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it knows how to spell it and put it
The
on a shirt.
problem with it, surprisingly, is the wheels on the front are side to side. The wheels on the front go side to side, and
Yeah.
not the text. But yeah, no, the AI, especially you use the Bing one, I assume, for that.
Yeah, the first one was from Justin Wang. It's, I guess, Homer at the Special Olympics.
Yeah.
The second one is Homer Simpson with John F. Kennedy at the motorcade in Dallas.
Jesus.
The third one is Homer Simpson in a 1940s Japanese city with an object being dropped from the sky.
Oh no.
The third one is Bart sniffing a large pile of sugar. And the fourth one is Lisa Simpson smoking a joint. I didn't have to do anything to that one.
I really like the one with the nuke dropping because it looks specifically like a season 6 or 7 episode. There's like a bit of fuzz to it.
Yeah.
But Joey looks
Yeah,
a little
no.
too high quality though. It's the only bad thing here.
It's starting to get to the point where, like, the Lisa with joint, there's like the specific little bit of discoloration around the part of the paper that meets the burned part of the paper. Like,
Yeah.
it's getting really good. So maybe we really need some
Maybe we need
AI
to poison the well a
hackers.
little.
Yeah, AI cyberpunk.
It's gonna suck when this goes away because I like using these for really stupid, really stupid things. But yeah,
I don't think it's ever going to
this
go
needs to
away, but it's
Yeah,
certainly
I
going to
think
get interesting.
the poisoning needs to happen.
Yeah, we gotta trim the fat a little bit here.
Yeah, we need to. Well, what needs to happen is AI needs to become. Well, I don't know that this will make it better, but AI needs to maybe become more of a thing that each person has to do themselves, like set up their own model. Because it's
I feel like that
convenient
would
to
be more
have.
beneficial.
It would be, and I mean, it's convenient to have stuff like ChatGPT, certainly, but it's also way too easy to just make up your apology to Jack Film,
Yeah,
or
the Jack film.
you know,
Jack film.
Well, just the one.
Yeah, just the one. They're all going away. We have to decide which one we get to keep.
Lapse in judgment.
Continuous and long-standing Lord of Ring Golem. Yeah, it's way too easy to do stuff like that and to make.
Did we talk about Kong Skull Island: Rise of Kong or whatever the fuck the title?
We talked about it a tiny bit. Yeah, well, we talked about Game Mill, but
it's true we did. Yeah.
Basically, yeah, there is now another funniest game ever that was released this year. I actually just started watching Vinny playing it.
I'm thinking of buying it.
I watched Joel play it a bit.
Well, you should buy it. You should buy it on Steam and then play it for an hour and 59 minutes and 59 seconds.
I'm thinking about buying a physical PS5 version.
Oh,
why would you do this?
We'll push you off a bridge.
Doing this.
I'm almost certain that whole game is on that disc. I'm 100% certain.
You know, that is better than Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 5, so you gotta give it to him.
Don't have to download a patch. It's not gonna be like Modern Warfare 3 or it'll be just a launcher.
God.
It's even crazier when you think about Game Mill and you realize that they're the ones who are publishing Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking Game Mill is also responsible for Big Rigs, the classic.
They are? Oh my god.
Yeah, from years and years hence, they've been doing this for years. And I was watching a little bit of Vinny playing this Kong game. I haven't seen too much of it, but in the first few minutes, it was very funny. In the first few minutes, right when it showed like footage of the game, he said, "Now I was thinking about getting the Wii version." And he accidentally spoke because he meant the Switch version. I thought he meant it literally because it looked so bad. Because it actually looks like a Wii game. I mean, the joke that I came up with, the joke I auto-corrected in my head was, but as you can see, I bought the PS3 version. You know, yeah, no, it's a very bad-looking game, and it's just another one from... Well, they didn't make fucking Gollum, at least, but they were responsible for the shitty Avatar one.
Yeah.
Well, this one is $30 for the Steam version.
It's 40.
40?
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
I think it's $39.99.
Oh god.
Yeah,
and that's in America.
Yeah, they're selling it for that much when they should be selling it for maybe -12.
Yeah, and it's an official King Kong game, which is embarrassing.
Yeah,
but isn't that also WB? Are they not also responsible for this?
They pulled some public domain fuckery to get it like coming out.
Yeah,
because like the original story is public domain.
I see. It's one of those.
Yep.
Well, see, here's the thing. They do reference on here the classic 1933 and 1970s era Kong film edition. They might have a licensing deal because again, Warner Brothers, they will give the rights to anything up.
It seems like it's mostly based on the I'm gonna be real. I know that Skull Island. It's completely based. I know that Skull Island was like a thing in the original or whatever, but I think me and a lot of people probably only know that name offhand because of that movie. So if it's supposedly based on like the older ones or something, then that's kind of hard to believe. The Kong in it looks more like a fucking. From what I saw of it, it looks more like a fucking. Yeah, he's like blue and white or something.
It's very weird, yeah. But they also have him have scars at like the same places as the movie Kong from the new stuff.
Oh, does he?
Like, yeah, he's got like the like chest scar.
I mean, it's like it's very similar to the Gollum game because the Gollum game was also like, why doesn't he look right?
Yeah.
You know, because it's like it's easy enough to just make him look like the movie Gollum, but they tried to do their own thing. But their own thing, it's kind of like how Avengers did it, where it's like we kind of want them to look like the ones from the movies, but not enough that they're actually the actors. So here's like the fucking Dollarama Bruce Banner, you know.
Yeah.
Dollarama Gollum. Gollamama. Before, I know, Tristan, you wanted to get into the good show, but I was going to say I've been playing more of Spider-Man 2. I'm not done with it yet.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of really good things about it. Also, there's some really funny bugs.
Yeah, I haven't had any bugs.
Yeah, they've already
None.
patched
Really?
for them.
I've,
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
I've only had a few, but even then, not as many as some people would like to make it out.
I saw one where Spider-Man turned into a cube, just on the ground.
I've
That was
heard
funny.
that's
I really like that one.
I have heard of the cube glitch. I had a lot of bugs with Miles Morales when I got that, but no bugs on this one. I was having some issues with the writing a little bit, thinking that it was a little bit, formulaic, AAA-ish or whatever. But I gotta say, as I'm moving forward in the story, for one thing, I will say no big spoilers here, but you know how in the first game, anybody who played it, there was the parts with Mary Jane and Miles just kind of walking around.
Yeah.
The fucking new one, I rolled my eyes really hard when I saw that, oh god, it's Mary Jane again. But then it actually branches out into a really kind of interesting semi-open stealth segment, which references Deus Ex's infamous 0451 door code at one point, which really won me over big time.
Honestly, God,
and
the children yearn for stealth, good stealth games again. That's all I got.
Yeah, it's a decent stealth
we need
segment.
some
She's got like a zappy gun, and she's got a
no,
distract. They had a bit of that in the first one too, but it's better here.
But what it really improves is when she gets the web shooter attachment.
Oh, I'm not even at that point yet, but
I'm sorry I spoiled something for you.
That's okay. That's okay. No, I'm trying to not spoil too much with what I'm saying. Just saying, like, it's not really a spoiler. In the first game, they set up that the Venom parasite thing, symbiote, is going to be attached to Harry, and that's indeed the case here.
Yeah,
and
at the point where
at the point where I'm at in the story, I'm still not, and I've been playing it for a while. I'm still not at Venom yet, so they're holding off. But the symbiote has made an appearance, but not actual like Venom brand Venom.
Yeah, I'm very excited to get further in.
Yeah, I will say.
Play it though, don't watch the launch trailer. That spoils a really good intro.
Oh, I see.
I purposely didn't watch that. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't see any of that.
Yeah.
The intro sequence is phenomenal.
Yeah. The one thing I'll say is I really like Digital Foundry. I really do. But I was listening to their video. I wasn't even watching. I was purposely just listening, and it spoils the intro. And I was like, motherfucker. But yeah. Sorry. Continue.
Yeah. No, I didn't even know about any of that, but I was just gonna say that I'm interested in what they're doing with Harry and the symbiote. I'm liking that they didn't try to put Eddie Brock in here or anything, and I like Eddie Brock Venom. That's fine, but I like this new version of the thing. It's got some interesting stuff going on. It's pretty cool, and I'm just saying I think I'm maybe like, I don't know, 40% of the way through the story or something, and it's pretty good so far.
I'm bummed that the game itself is shorter, from what I've seen.
Oh, it seems pretty long so far.
Yeah.
From what I know, the story comes out to about a similar length as the first one, which is fine. But it was one of those things where I was like, with how much content there is, I figured that it would be longer than what I've seen. I've seen a lot of people finish the game 100% in like 28 hours.
That's insane.
Spider-Man 1, I think, averaged out to like 34, 35 hours for 100% completion.
Yeah, I know Mudahar was saying that it was like a bit of a downgrade or something, but like I'm still, again, like 40% in, I think it says on my file, and I'm still seeing like new mini games and shit being introduced. So.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I'm seeing a lot of new stuff. I'm only like 6 hours in, maybe, and I'm still getting stuff thrown at me every second. So I'm enjoying it.
I like a lot of what's going on in there. It's a pretty cool game.
At least it's not as short as The Amazing Spider-Man 2, which was 7 hours long.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Well, shoutouts, by the way, to the Amazing Spider-Man 2 suit in this game, which is one of the nicer Peter Parker suits that you can
They
wear.
patched it. It had some texture problems, but they patched it up, and now it looks excellent.
Oh, I didn't even notice.
Yeah,
I really like how there's just a bunch of different suits in those games.
there's like 80 suits, I think, in this game. It's crazy.
Yeah, I've seen like Sam Raimi suits. I've seen like I'm pretty
still
sure I
don't
saw
have those.
it might have been a mod, but I saw a Spider-Man noir suit like fully
No.
from
There's
the fucking...
there's the Spider-Verse noir suit, I think.
Nice.
There you go. I sent the comparison for you, Claw.
Oh, yeah.
God, yeah. Originally, it just looked like a fucking Halloween costume.
Yeah, they patched it up, and now the suit looks phenomenal.
It's just really funny playing like right next to each other the Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2 suits. Like, it's funny because the movies are directly opposite. The first one is a decent Spider-Man movie,
It's
but
fine,
the suit is really ugly. I do not like that suit at all. And then the second one has a great suit. I really like it, but the movie is such a fucking mess.
Yeah, it's trapped in a turd of a film, which is a shame because Andrew Garfield, like,
he's fine, yeah.
I like him as Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen a lot of people say that the Sam Raimi films are actually terrible.
Oh,
now.
those people
That's
are stupid.
stupid.
Those people are stupid.
And I'm like, what are you talking about? Come on.
I think they're just
People
trying to
say-
be contrarian.
People will
Exactly.
say anything for attention nowadays. Jesus.
Anyways, Tristan, what did you
Good
have on
show.
the brain?
Yeah, so we should go ahead and start wrapping up.
Yeah.
I only have one more thing I want to say.
I thought we were gonna be at less than 3 hours this episode.
Well, we
Okay.
will.
All right.
It'll get trimmed down.
Yeah.
Probably not. Gonna be honest with you. But,
I feel like we'll see.
All
right, so, First of all, I have some good news about Doctor Who. I forgot to mention this earlier because I'm stupid. So for Series 15 or maybe 14, it is very, very heavily confirmed, basically in air quotes, that Stephen Moffat's going to be back.
But as a guest writer, not as
not as the fucking showrunner. He's going to be
it seems like
Even
him and Russell T Davies have been doing a lot of stuff together recently, which is really cute. I don't know if you saw, there was an excellent little video of Moffat, Davies, and Chibnall doing an interview together where they were just answering questions about stuff. And every time they mentioned anything Chris Chibnall related, he would talk about it, and the other two would sit in stone cold silence and not say a word. But the moment that they talked about either of their runs, all three of them would talk about it together.
Oh, embarrassing.
Really funny.
Poor Chibnall.
You know, it's a shame.
They teased him a bit too.
They were making fun of him at one point, yeah.
It's a shame because he made fucking Broadchurch, and that show's apparently excellent. But
it's because he had a handler. He had an executive producer that he's really familiar with.
Well, he even said, and I watched a video about the American remake of Broadchurch that they did that had David Tennant in it for some reason.
Yeah, it was Grace Point.
Grace Point, yeah, it was very strange, but he was even interviewed saying that a big part of it was the music, and it lets him kind of cheat on the writing. So, like, yeah, I guess Broadchurch isn't all Chibnall, but yeah.
That was a weird transition because it went from David Tennant and Emma Coleman in the British one to David Tennant and Anna Gunn in the American one.
That's weird.
Weird combination.
So, going on for some Doctor Who news, this happened like a day or two after the Sniper Wolf thing, and we've been kind of stun locked on that for 2 whole episodes. So I'm finally getting to talk about it. So recently, I'm pretty sure it was Russell T Davies. He basically went to the BBC and said, "Hey, listen, we got to have all of Doctor Who on iPlayer." And they were like, fuck, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
So soon, I think at the beginning of the month, which will be in the past by the time most of our listeners listen to this, the classic, well, most of classic Doctor Who, Torchwood, Sarah Jane Adventures, Doctor Who Confidential, and Class. Don't laugh. Those are going to be on BBC iPlayer, but there are a
I
few.
forgot about Class.
Yeah.
I think they're
the
aiming to put
writers.
all of the same stuff on Disney Plus too once
That
the
would be
new
cool.
season starts.
Nice.
Yeah.
Because
So,
obviously all of New Who will be on there when that starts up.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So there are a few notable exceptions. The biggest one being the very first story, which is commonly referred to as an unearthly child, kind of internally by a few people referred to as the Tribe of Gum, and it is being kept back by a racist with daddy issues.
Oh wait, yep. Yeah,
What?
I know about this. Yeah.
Who is currently beefing with the writer of Doctor in Distress. So,
What the fuck?
Yeah.
yeah, what?
Who?
Please explain, because this is gold. It's
I
Anthony
do
Coburn's
kinda want-
son, right? It's
Yeah.
Anthony Coburn's son. Yeah.
Yeah. So, Anthony Coburn is the writer of the first story of Doctor Who. I think he was meant to come back for a second one, but things fell through. But an unearthly child, the very first, the start of Doctor Who, which is one really, really good first episode, and then just some fucking around in a cave.
Yeah, I watched the first one and really liked it, and then subsequently was like, oh, okay. Yeah.
There's some good moments, but for the most part, it's just kind of not really that notable. And you know, things go on. In classic Doctor Who, the rights for episodes and stories and monsters were kept within like the writers, grasp, their possession. So they have the rights to it, and
which is usually a good thing.
Oh yeah, it's I like it for stuff like,
comic book writers.
Yeah,
Rick and
it's
Morty.
good.
You're a big Rick and Morty fan.
Yeah, Morty. No, it's good for the writers. Typically, sometimes it's not so good for the fans, but it's, it makes it so that the BBC can't just say, all right, well, fuck you. We've got our product now. Now we can just reuse it. So it's a double-edged sword, but I do like that it benefits the writers. So the thing is, Anthony Coburn has sadly passed away, and the rights to his first the first story of Doctor Who have transferred to Steph Coburn.
Steph Anthony Coburn.
Yes,
What a name.
and he is
You can say it. You can
Well,
just say it.
No, I'm trying to like. I'm building up. So he canceled the license for the BBC to use the episode, and he's also been fighting the BBC's use of the word TARDIS because he claims that his father came up with it, and therefore it's within his rights now. Oh, go ahead.
I said, ugh. Just
Yeah. So his dad died in the 70s, and he's been kind of on this thing, funnily enough, only in the anniversary years of Doctor Who, which I think is very interesting.
Yeah.
He raised up a bit of a stink in 2013 on the 50th anniversary, but no one really paid attention to him. But now there's a bit more attention because he's blocked it. He's blocked the first episode from being aired on iPlayer, which is how most Brits view Doctor Who.
Right.
So he says, quote, I didn't start this now, A, period. I canceled the license as soon as I could, capital, after inheriting, B, period, paying no attention to such matters. I've only been aware of BritBox in the last few days, and I had no idea until they contacted that the BBC wanted to release the Tribe in any specific formats. So he's He's upset for some reason. We'll get to why later.
Some reason, yeah.
So he's getting called out for it, and he replies to somebody saying, "I made the BBC my lawyer says, solid offer, which they turned down. Are you suggesting I should have surrendered without a fight to the predatory corporation that killed my father at 49, having without his explicit permission registered his IP as their trademark?" Oh. I'm going to get into why that's stupid later. But first of all, this man thinks that the BBC killed his father.
Cool. Worked him to death, I guess, maybe.
Yeah, but he passed away while he was working on something for them, and he didn't get to finish it. And it was like the first thing he had been working on for them in a while.
I see.
So just who is this Steph? Yeah. So just who is this Steph Anthony Coburn? Well, first of all, in earlier this year in April, he replied to a tweet, which I will read off as soon as I copy the link to his reply, because the thing is in the way. Okay. Ready to meet the next Doctor Who and a character from the next series? Will you be sorry, my brain scrambled. Meet the next Doctor Who and a character in the next series. Will you be watching? And he shows a picture of Ncuti Gatwa, who is the 15th Doctor, and Jinx Monsoon, who is playing a character in, the 15th Doctor's series coming in like 2024. And Steph Coburn says, "The ashes of my father, Doctor Who co-creator and TARDIS originator Anthony Coburn, are now oscillating at light speed in his urn in outrage at what generations of progressively more corrupted BBC filth has done to his creation. Had he known, he'd have turned down the job."
For some reason, I'm enjoying that "turn down" is hyphenated.
Yeah.
I don't... That's... okay.
So,
but Tristan, whatever in the world could possibly make Steph Anthony Coburn feel this way?
Oh, well, geez, maybe it's because Ncuti Gatwa is a black man.
And Jinx Monsoon is a drag queen.
Yeah.
Oh.
So he's upset at that. He's mad because black man and drag queen.
Right.
And he really goes to like weird lengths to defend it, because he also claims that he doesn't have any objections to Ncuti Gatwa assuming the role, but he never liked the regeneration concept, which that's the whole reason the show's still around now. We can't just keep finding people who look like William Hartnell.
Yeah. I mean, you probably could, but it would get boring pretty quick.
Yeah. So this is just sad and hilarious to me, because the man is arguing so much with the BBC for like 3 separate reasons, and 2 of them directly they're directly opposed. So the first, he's upset that it's woke. He also thinks that they killed his father, but of course, the price is also too low. If the price were right, maybe I'd, So it's all just, man, it's upsetting.
Doctor Who is an adventure in time and space, not an adventure in sex and race. Don't you know, Tristan?
I should have known.
I don't know. Haven't they ever seen the TV movie?
Oh God! Oh, don't remind me. Oh my God!
I have the
forgot
TV
about
movie
Eric
right here on my
Roberts'
shelf.
Zombie Master.
I love that guy. I
Me
love him.
too.
He's
Eric
a
Roberts is
fucking
the best.
silly bitch.
Ladies and gentlemen, at some point in November, we're going to be doing an entire discussion about Doctor Who bullshit. So
at the very least, with all 4 of us.
Yeah, there is a potential for more.
Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe.
It all depends on other people. So, a funny final footnote to this. So, Ian Levine is a Doctor Who fan who is a bit embarrassing. He's like he nitpicks all of the like animations of missing episodes because they aren't exactly as he remembers them. He also wrote Doctor in Distress, so he's the worst thing imaginable for everyone. By the way,
what
listeners,
exactly is Doctor in Distress? What is that?
oh, you don't know.
Well,
Oh.
it sounds familiar.
So, in 86, I believe.
Doctor in Distress was six. No, it was 85. 85
Yeah, in 85, there was a threat that the BBC were going to cancel the show because they put it on like a hiatus or something. And so Ian Levine decided we're gonna do We Are the World again, except this time it's for Doctor Who.
Yep.
And he wrote this awful song and had like a bunch of singers,
was
notable
that
people.
the one that had fucking some of the Moody Blues in it? I remember.
It
might
had
have.
Matt Bianco, and it had half of the Moody Blues.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that sucks. That's bad for them.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they got Colin Baker and I believe Nicola Bryant to sing on it.
They also got
man.
Warren Cann from Ultravox, I think. The
Oh wow.
the drummer from Ultravox, famed Canadian.
Interesting.
Nicola
Doctor
Bryant,
Who,
of course, being American as well.
Doctor Who is a joint Canadian production, after all.
It is actually.
That's true.
Yes,
because Sydney.
which is
oh my God, what's his name?
Sydney Newman.
something. Yeah, Sydney
Newman. That's it. Yeah,
He was
Canadian.
from Toronto, I think.
He's from
Somewhere.
Yeah, he's from
in
Toronto.
One of those fucking places in this stupid country.
It's not that
But-
bad.
But yeah, that actually puts another nail in the theory of Mr. Anthony Coburn being like the owner of the Doctor Who IP, because it was originated from Sydney Newman and then expanded on by Anthony Coburn, Verity Lambert, Waris Hussein, and a whole bunch of other people.
Yeah, I was gonna say Verity Lambert was like insanely important to the creation of Doctor Who. Same with Hussein.
Yeah. So speaking of Ian Levine, he recently tweeted, "I just spoke to Waris Hussein, who directed this was on the 15th, like a day or two after Anthony Coburn was mad on Twitter. I just spoke to Waris Hussein, who directed An Unearthly Child. He knows nothing about this, and he is absolutely up in arms at what Steph Coburn is trying to do, and confirmed that Verity invented the word TARDIS."
I think that was even shown in the
docudrama.
In the docudrama, yeah, that bit
Which
was presented within the docudrama.
Which,
Great,
by the way, everybody should go watch. An Adventure in Space and Time. It's excellent. If you're even like remotely interested in Doctor Who, it's great.
This Steph Coburn guy reminds me a lot of like a Mike Love individual.
Yeah.
Was like, well, except Mike Love was kind of actually part of the Beach Boys. This is a guy who's just like,
he inherited
daddy
the rights.
issues.
Yeah. By the way, he didn't like his father. Like, his father didn't raise him well.
Right. Well, his father was killed by the BBC, so how could he have raised him?
Of course.
He also claims to have witnessed his father writing, like, coming up with the word TARDIS, and also simultaneously cites a book that says that Anthony Coburn was alone in his study when he wrote it. So all in all, just inconsistent. It just seems like he's after money for the most part, and
absolutely, yeah,
and anti-woke stuff.
Yeah, it's all a big personal politics thing where he's trying to keep his like image of what his father created the way he wants it.
Well, the thing is, the anti-woke stuff is probably part of the money stuff. He's maybe trying to find some sympathy with a certain crowd.
Yeah, he isn't getting any though.
No, nobody's coming to his defense.
Yeah, because Doctor Who fans, believe it or not, Doctor Who fans really aren't that much anti-woke. Believe it or not, guys.
Believe it or not, the series that famously features a character who has, for decades, not cared about anyone's identity, really.
Yeah. Also, in the series that they like, during Stephen Moffat and RTD's time, has been like anti-authoritarian, anti all that shit.
And featured many stories tackling subject matter that would be considered, I guess, woke.
Even back in the 60s.
Yeah, I mean, I've never seen anybody else willing to talk about the blowjob stone demographic.
That's true.
Yeah, honestly.
Love and Monsters really did, open the door.
Love and Monsters
I don't know.
is so good. We're gonna have to talk about that.
We are.
We do.
I don't know. I never understand people who are like this with Doctor Who when Capaldi's doctor literally at one point just talks about the Master and is like, he was like, my man crush. If he was even a man, he might have been a woman. I might have just had a crush on it. Stuff like that,
To be fair in that regard.
Peter Capaldi, who, by the way, is the best doctor. Don't at me.
Exactly. Yes, 100%.
Sure. To be fair in that regard, that is like a more recent thing, but there are things that you can say, like even the weird anti-Margaret Thatcher episode in Sylvester McCoy's era.
Happiness Patrol's so fucking good.
Yeah.
Is that a good one? I remember hearing that was pretty bad.
People look fun. Yeah, people look down on it because it has a silly looking villain. That's it.
I see.
No, but like what I was gonna say is like it's a series where the character can say that, and you just go, yeah. I mean that makes sense. That character would say that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Basically.
I don't know. Don't get it. People are stupid.
I don't know. I was, it's always interesting to see people complain about things like that, especially, Doctor Who. It's like the pronouns guy going off about something that's a fairly...
Fucking pronouns! Fucking gender ambiguity!
Oh my god.
Yeah, we've had some good times talking about him.
Oh. I mean, he is British. He may have thoughts on Doctor Who.
Yeah, we should try to get him on.
We should get him on for the Doctor Who episode. Nah, that's
segment. We'll just bring him on exclusively to talk about Jodie Whittaker, and then he can leave.
Yeah, we'll bring him in for 10 minutes. Just tell us your thoughts on Jodie Whittaker. Oh, it's woke. It's woke. They made the Doctor a woman. They did all of that, and the companions weren't mixed race before. Stuff like that. Stupid shit. Stupid false shit.
Yeah, I actually just saw a pretty good video. I forget who made it, but it was somebody talking about a situation with the channel Nerdrotic, who's one of those people.
Oh god, yeah.
Yeah, I know, Nerdrotic.
Yeah, and he had a review thing talking about the Blue Beetle movie, where he said the title of it was "Let's Taco About Blue Beetle" because it's about Mexican people, and then they had like a podcast thing that they do with pronouns guy on it. And they were just for like 3 hours just shrieking about this movie and like getting a lot of things wrong and calling it racist because of this white panel of people saying that it was racist against Mexican people, all this very bizarre stuff. And apparently there was actually a fan of them who was Mexican who was like, yeah, I don't know why they didn't invite me on. I wanted to shed some light on this. And
I wonder.
This is such a funny situation where like South Park, the newest South Park episode directly insults these people and their obsession with like hyperfixating on these things.
No, it's on their side.
But people are acting like it's South Park slamming the stupid wokes, which is like yeah, partially, but they're also making fun of you for caring so much.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen that yet, but I've seen some people coming out in defense of it, yeah.
Oh, I've got one last thing.
I have one last thing, but I want to say it last, right before we stop.
So Bane, you go then.
All right, so there's a new shooter called The Finals, and
oh, Bane, I knew you were going to mention this.
Yeah, so it has AI voice acting to where I rightfully tweeted, and after having played it, my tweet stands up. We lost hyenas for this fucking game.
I saw this, Bane.
Yeah.
I'm saying this with all the love in the world. I saw this game and I saw gameplay of it and thought, "Oh, this is a Bane game."
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I've tried it. I've played 2 matches of both its modes. No.
Oh,
This game
damn.
sucks.
Yeah, just play CS2 or something.
Just play
The
Crime City
destruction
Rocket.
tech is the coolest part of it, and it feels so wimpy.
Yeah, play Red Faction in that case.
I still just wish I wish for a first person shooter that had the destruction that Bad Company 2 had. It was on 360. Come on.
Yeah.
It has been 13 years. I'm craving it. Developers, give me something. That's all I got.
Well,
Yeah, you'd think on the PS5 you'd get something like that now.
You'd think.
there is Teardown.
True.
True.
Teardown's finally coming,
Teardown is
but
Based.
man,
I like Teardown.
same thing with Titanfall 3. We've been yearning for this for years.
But nah, we got AI
No,
voice
Titanfall
game.
3
Fuck you.
Titanfall 3 is not happening. Titanfall 3 is going to continue to be teased to get people to keep playing Apex.
Oh, I know.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Believe me, I know. At the very least, we did get the servers fixed, and it's constantly been on sale for about $2. So, if you're hearing this, outside of going to our Patreon and going to our sponsor, Cushy Dreams, go buy a copy of Titanfall 2. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, they're not paying us, but also
Yeah.
just do it.
That's one
Go
thing you
watch,
should just buy.
Go stream One Piece Netflix. Also, there you
Yes.
go.
Yes, that too. Yes.
Go
Didn't it get
go play
confirmed for
Voices of the
season
Void.
2?
We could
Oh, yeah,
get
they
it
got-
confirmed for season 3. Stream One Piece Netflix. Come on.
Yeah. It's only seen like what 800 million hours now. It needs more.
Yeah.
Go on, more.
To tell you what, I'll also go watch Twisted Metal so we can actually get a season 2 of that. That's my recommendation.
Sorry, Bane, that's cringe.
Fuck you. I liked it.
I did too.
Yeah.
I thought
All
it was
right.
fun.
All right.
So
Yeah, with that,
Tristan, what do you want to end us off on?
so Hassan has been covering the big current world event that's happening.
yes.
Mm.
And
The bad one.
Yeah, the really bad one.
Mm.
And Keffels
Oh god.
Keffels was responding to it, and she got so angry at him that she had to take a slur break where she calmed down for 10 minutes so she didn't say a slur live on YouTube.
I mean,
Wow! Oh my god! It's Aaron.
look,
It's Aaron Hansen trying to drive his friend to the airport and having to pause on the way home and say and shout the N-word.
I mean, who hasn't needed to take a 15-minute slur break?
You know, I gotta say,
Me.
I haven't.
What?
I haven't.
No,
I
not
don't.
me.
That's
I usually
no
just say the
joke.
slurs. It's fine.
I've
It's-
never
this
been
is the
compelled
image
to say a slur.
Oh,
I gotta say.
I've never had to take a break between slurs.
That's the image I thought of when you said that, Tristan.
It's Goku about to get racist.
Someone quote tweeted with that image too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, let me pull it up.
What did someone actually?
Yeah,
Joker's in the gamer chair. What slurs is he gonna say?
quotes.
Leave them in the comments, ladies and gentlemen. Do not.
Oh, sweet! I can just link directly to the quotes. That's nice. It's the
Yeah.
first one.
This doesn't look good for Keffels, though. I mean, she has to realize, like,
Yeah.
I've
No, I can't
never
imagine
been
it
in
would
a
look good
debate
for
and
her.
needed to take a slur break.
Yeah. So that's all I got.
Why would she
I think
even
that's
say
all I
that?
got.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know.
What's she gonna call him? That's a real question. It's like,
Well, I mean, he's Middle Eastern, so probably one of those.
Yeah,
He's
we
Turkish,
could
I
go-
think.
Yeah, or just an all-purpose one, like the good old F slur. Like
yeah,
Yeah.
true. It is
doesn't
kind
need
of
to
a
make
shot.
sense.
That is a shotgun slur,
Yes.
Very spread. Well, yeah. With that, I don't have anything else. So
No, I'm good.
Yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you for watching / listening to episode 23 of the Loud Equals Funny podcast.
Yeah.
We're gonna go take a slur break for about a week.
Maybe a few days. I'm gonna
shout Serenity Now out my window real quick.
Yeah, we gotta record part 2 of that, don't we?
We're gonna probably record part. Gabe, you want to do part 2 of Silent Hill 2?
Maybe not.
Well, yeah, okay. we'll be talking about Silent Hill 3 and 4.
And the worst ones after that.
Yeah, the bad ones.
Oh, nice.
That'll basically just be us saying, "Hey, this one's bad."
Should we do that
next game? This one's
bad. 31st, because if we do it tomorrow, I can edit it enough to get it out. And I'm putting the first part out tomorrow publicly. So yeah,
I'd prefer tomorrow.
We'll talk about that after recording. But with that. Episode 22 is in the can, folks. Again, go to our Patreon, go to our YouTube. I should read out our Patreon members real quick, but we did get a third one.
3! Woo!
Yeah, let me
welcome.
Pull it up here. Audience. All right, so we got Kate, we got Alan Sampson, and we got the new one, Harry Aldrich Jr.
Thank you, Harry Jr.
Well, hello, Harry Connick Jr. Welcome.
Yes. Again, $5 gets you access to everything. Currently, we will be expanding that, but for right now, gets you everything, including early access, ad-free, which probably won't happen on this next one because I'm just gonna upload it. And 10% off the merch store. But again, 10% off the merch store is pretty good.
Yeah, and check out the merch store. We have. Bane, if you want to put up some new designs, I still have the ones that we didn't get to put up last time.
Shit. Yeah, you're right. But yeah, we have a holiday themed one.
Yes. We have a cool Halloween themed. It's got bats on it.
We probably
I'm a big fan of that one
too, I think.
And we're gonna get around to doing the desk mats at some point too.
Yes.
Yeah, we have one up. We have oh geez, how many do I have
we got
in the backlog? Yeah, like 15 or 16.
Oh man.
They're all different colors of the rainbow, so if you want purplish, then you got purplish.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess that'll be it.
All right.
Yeah. Penis.